Hey everybody, I think we're live now.
You've probably heard of us.
We're kind of a big deal.
Yeah, we're the Eldris family.
On three, and he's like, wow, I'm a knight.
Sprint out to the balcony. Destruction orb in hand.
I'm going to stand up from the table and say, I will come with you, but you must at least pull your troops away.
Morning Lord, if you're real, could you please help?
Did you wish for me to be here? Because I expressly said I did not want to come. Our party is jacked.
Yeah, we hit shit hard. And it's all the chicks too, so.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't really care about them, to be honest.
I think they're going to make me drink the blood and possibly go in the blood despite my protests.
You want to help me rescue someone from hell?
Sure.
I guess I don't have anything to lose.
Then Thaza, meet Arena, your new queen.
Arena, we're getting traded for a loaf of bread.
10 damage on Frazer Blue.
Okay, and then I will send him to hell.
Did we warn them about the Dundar situation?
Vizerin is reaching out, he's diving towards it, and then his hand hits the world egg.
I'm like freaking out. I'm freaking out, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Princes of Azemar, Season 5, Episode 30, the grand finale of Princes, House of DeVir.
Woo!
We end where we started, with Brennan making silly faces.
I hope you enjoyed that little nostalgia reel that we put together. Let's go with a round of intros. In the top left, played by Lily and Alex, we have the twin blacksmith fighters. They're the Eldris brothers. You've probably heard of them.
Yeah.
Nice, wearing the shirt.
Look at those shirts.
In the top right, our friend and Brandon, playing You Can't Hit Him, He's Too Smart, It's Baronum Shortwick.
Hell yes.
Big spear.
In the bottom left, our friend Bobby, playing the warlock with more vices than virtues. And also he's a goat, Koros Ravenrock.
Friends, I have to confess,
He said,
I've been keeping this a secret from you, but I am in fact a goat.
Wait. Say it
in his
again.
heart of hearts.
Ready?
I am in fact a goat. That was a pretty weak spit take, Alex, I gotta say. Underwhelmed.
Oh, in the bottom center, Nicole, playing the paladin of Ilmater with the evil twin. It's Irina.
Woo!
And last but not least, our friend Lincoln, playing the fashion dragon himself, formerly known as Dirk Courage, Nadam Ilrio Nazir.
Please hold your applause to the end.
The very end. All right.
The very end.
When we last left the party, the city of Azai had been broken, and Dendar had been released. You all defeated Dendar. You moved to this trapped half-Shadowfell city, and you made it to the throne room where you saw Vizerin DeVir. And before you could stop him, he dove down and he grabbed the world egg in his hands, and everything went black.
That jerk.
For the beginning of today's session, you all are not going to be playing yourselves. You all are going to be playing an assortment of various people. You all wake up on a ship. The sky is cloudy and gray. There's a soft rain, and in the distance you hear what sounds like a storm brewing, just off on the horizon. And you guys are on this ship, and you sort of feel almost as if you've had some sort of amnesia. You vaguely remember the idea of a life. You sort of remember all the sorts of things about being alive and having all these normal things, and you remember normalcy, but you have no specific memories. And you realize after a few moments that you might be dead.
What?
We've all been dead. I mean, come on.
I've
Who
not been
hasn't,
dead.
right?
I haven't.
I actually don't think I ever was either.
No, I'm pretty
You've
sure
been
you...
to hell.
Is that
I'm pretty sure
weird?
you-
Forrest and I were the only ones that survived.
Yeah.
of course.
You guys are on a ship, and as you know, there's lots of other people in the ship, and a few of them are shuffling above and below deck, and as any of you come on deck, you see the captain of the ship. He's got long, messy hair and a bandolier. He's shuffling a coin between his fingers as he's steering the boat. And you see him, he looks down at all of you and he says, "Don't worry, we'll be outrunning that storm."
Do we see a storm?
"We'll get you to the House of the Dead in no time."
Is it just us, or are there other people?
There are other people on
He
the
was
ship.
saying there's other people below and above deck, and there was a storm in the distance, is what he
Some
said.
people below deck you see are in chains. Others are not, and they're free to move about the ship. There doesn't appear to be any crew. You just see the captain, and he just sort of reaches out and points at various bits of the ship, and things spin, and sails furl and unfurl, and masts move about.
Are any of us in chains?
What?
Like a goat, perhaps?
No, none of you are in chains.
I would like to complain about the bedside manner. I feel like he could have broken the whole House of the Dead thing a little more gently.
Are you gonna lodge that complaint with him?
As soon as I find a supervisor, for sure.
You don't see a supervisor currently. The captain is the only person you see.
Yeah, that's my concern.
Mhm.
You have to take it up to the top.
What do I look like?
You all, you look like various mixes: humans, half-elves, elves, other sorts of races. Or maybe an
I
Aarakocra
go.
mixed
Looks
in
like a
there.
guy.
Yeah.
Just some guy.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to go up to anyone and just grab someone by the shoulder and say, "Excuse me, what's going on? Do you know how we got here? What's happening?"
And you see someone, like, sort of looking at themselves, and they're like startled, huh? I think we're dead.
How?
I remember being sick, and then I remember being here.
I don't remember anything.
I don't remember much else.
Do I remember anything?
The only other thing that you remember, and you all, or some of you remember
A
this.
fast-moving cart.
I mean, maybe.
Remember 3 numbers that were all under 10?
Yeah, various bits and pieces. As you guys think back, little flashes of a mortal life on the material plane, but nothing specific. No, like you can't remember who you are. You
Do we recognize each other?
No.
Okay.
You do vaguely recollect an old bearded man leading you to this ship and the captain taking you aboard. That's the clearest recent memory you have.
Before, like, 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Can I ask anyone else if they saw that old guy?
You can start asking random people about the ship.
I just want to ask if anybody else saw that old guy.
So, there was an old guy over there. And
No,
you
no,
see
no.
there's
the
an old man
guy
and
who put me on the ship. Did you see him?
put you on the ship. No,
Did an old guy put you on the ship?
I don't think so. I
Where
don't
did you all
remember.
come from?
All right.
What'd you say, Brandon?
Where did you all come from? Where'd my voice go?
Does anyone here know their name?
No. I think my
Okay,
name was Jim.
Daniel.
I was
I don't-
thinking Jim.
I don't think your name is Jim. I don't know how to break it
I'm
down.
really feeling Jim.
You know what? Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
Jim.
Like a Jim,
good for
maybe
you,
a
man. Your
James.
name is Jim.
Oh,
Don't
James?
stamp all over
No,
Jim's
I'm not a
dreams.
James. I'm a Jim.
Bobby, you feel like your name was Dex.
Good for you.
You're like, God, my lower half, it doesn't feel right. It's not slithery.
I feel like I should be a
Can I-
snake.
Can I go up onto the quarterdeck and talk to the captain?
You can. He's there. He's
Walk up.
steering. You see, he's focused pretty intently because the weather's getting choppy, and he's focusing on all the different parts of the ship that need to move and change for him to be sailing in this inclement weather.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Does he respond or react? I won't take much of your time. You're clearly busy, but how did we get here? What's going on?
Ah,
We're all
you're
very
dead.
confused. All right.
Don't
Seems
worry
to be
about
the
it. It'll all be
consensus.
explained when we get to the House of the Dead. The House of Death. We'll be there very shortly.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
He said, "I
Why
just
are
gotta."
some people in chains?
Those are the problem folks. Those are folks who we've already determined are like to cause a ruckus.
All right. And is it normal not to remember anything? That's usual.
Oh, yeah, totally typical.
All right.
Don't worry, your memories, may or may not be. Your memory should be restored back at the House of Death after you've been sentenced.
Oh, good sentence. That sounds
I
positive.
like that.
Based on you, whether you're a good person, a bad person, somewhere in between, whether you like to follow the rules or not. The judge will explain it all. The magister.
I would like to get off this boat.
All right. I go down and
process.
relay this new information to my fellow amnesiacs.
Which is random folks aboard, which may or may not include
No, I don't know. I
players
just
here.
like
Jim.
whoever I had been talking to
Yeah.
before. I go up and I talk to them.
There's a crack of lightning getting closer and closer. It seems like you're not going to outrun this storm when suddenly, out of nowhere, you come up on a shore.
Good. I
And
was wondering if
the
I could get deader than dead.
Storm is far away, and the ship comes right up to the beach. Doesn't even get you a smaller ship and all this thing. He just pulls right up onto the beach, the side of the ship, like Noah's Ark style. And you all start funneling off, and as you do, you see there's a few folks in white robes, and they're sort of guiding these souls up towards this massive courthouse-like building.
Wow.
You all are funneled in over, across, and up the beach and into this courthouse. And from there, they start bring you into this massive courtroom. You see at the top of this courtroom this large dais, and this chair where this judge is, this magister. He's, I will tell you, the players, not your characters, spitting image of Vizerin DeVir.
Ah, he's everywhere. I hate him.
Long white hair, sort of Lucius Malfoy looking.
Ew.
And they start to form a line from you, and as each person gets to the front of the line, he rattles off a few things about their life and then where they're going. So he rattles off a few things about this life, and he says, Ministry of Truth. Goes on, he says, House of Knowledge. A few more, this person, House of Memory. Another one, the Ministry of Suffering. The House of Chance. The Ministry of Beauty. The Ministry of Justice. And a few, he says, will stay here in the House of Death. Until eventually you guys notice that the captain has come, after everyone has been loaded off and you guys have sort of been milling about, the captain has sort of followed a few of you off the ship. And as you are getting towards the front of this line, the captain steps forward, and he says, Excuse me, if you will, Magister DeVir. I think you'll find these few in particular, and he gestures at the group of you, to be quite interesting indeed. And he says,
You guys?
This is
Me?
highly irregular, Captain. And he says, No, just look at their files. And he does. He looks through them. And for 4 of you, forget exactly which 4 in a minute, he says, Fascinating. Truly neutral. Not lawful, chaotic, good, or evil, true neutral. Quite rare indeed. You were right to bring these to my attention, Captain. And the captain says, If I will, your magistrate. And he says, Yes. I could take them around to the various houses and ministries. They could take their pick. The magistrate says, Yes, an excellent idea. Those who are true neutral can choose where they would like to spend their eternity. Yes, it shall be so.
Is there gavel business happening?
There is gavel business.
Oh, is it not a gavel? Is it like the Klingons with like a big spear and like a claw?
Yeah, that.
Probably. Gavel's
No, it's
probably
like the ones that Q had when he was the magistrate. It's like the claw with the ball on it, and
Yeah.
And Lily, Alex, Bobby, Nicole. The 4 of you are taken off with the captain. Brandon and Lincoln, your characters are sent off to one of the ministries or houses. Lincoln, I think you missed
I'm
that.
neutral. I think
did.
you got it wrong.
Lily, Alex, Bobby, and Nicole, their characters are true neutral.
And we're
Brandon and
I
Lincoln,
just want
yours
to
are
be
not.
clear.
Yes.
We're not ourselves. We're randos.
You are not yourselves. You are randos.
Okay.
Hello, new friends.
I bet mine's chaotic evil.
You get sent off to the Ministry of Suffering.
How do you guys feel about all this?
Great.
Pretty
That's what you
neutral.
get for talking.
I don't want to go to suffering.
Pretty neutral.
You get what you get.
The captain leads you guys out and he says, don't worry. We'll get you right on track. The first place we're going to visit is the Ministry of Truth.
We still have no memories, right?
That was
Correct.
going to be my question.
Okay, yeah. We're on the same page.
And he says,
It's page 1.
we'll go right this way. We'll take the ship. He says, we got to move quickly. The elemental plane of water won't be aligned with the House of Death for long.
Interesting.
And he takes you back aboard the ship and begins to sail clockwise around this island. We're going to do a quick meanwhile. Burnham Shortwick.
Oh.
The last thing you remember is seeing Vizerin dive down that hole in the throne room and grab the world egg.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, and you have no idea how long it's been, you find yourself in this forest or jungle. But it's a very peculiar place. Every time you think you're starting to get your bearings, you turn around and something has changed. Every time you try to write something down, I'm going to draw a map, I'm going to write it down, you realize you don't remember how to write. And when you draw pictures, when you go back to look at them again, they're smeared and smudged and illegible.
How about my little tablet thing? Can I use it?
What tablet thing?
The spell book. Summon forth the stone models.
Every time you pull out a stone, it's not a shape you remember it being in, and you can't remember what this shape means.
Damn.
In addition, you've noticed a peculiarity about this jungle. Everything is just a little too neat and orderly and manicured. It's like ordered disorder. It's controlled chaos. Manicured madness.
It's Disneyland.
It's Disneyland.
Can I change it? Can I walk up to, it's a jungle, can I move around some bushes or vines or something?
You can go over and you can rip vines off of something.
Off of a tree.
You rip some vines off.
Not rocks. Get off there.
You haven't seen any rocks. The dirt here, the ground is thick. There's layers of plant matter. Like in the jungle for however many feet, it's all just dead plant matter before there's even any ground. And even then, it's wet, thick soil. There's no stone.
Peat bog.
Peat bog, yeah.
Are there any animals anywhere?
You've heard animals. You've heard, birds in the distance or things rustling in the bushes. You've yet to see anything.
Okay. I don't like doing this, but up I go then. I'm gonna climb a tree.
All right. Give me a athletics check. Strength athletics.
Fuck out of then.
I'm not good. I'm not very good at climbing trees.
I feel like it's probably a good percentage of dwarves that are afraid of heights.
You start to climb it.
Very common.
A vine snaps off, flat on your back.
Oh,
And as you look up,
that'd be good.
your world's spinning for a second. You flatten out. You look up. You're in a different part of the jungle.
What?
Or you think that you don't remember that being there, but maybe it was.
Everything's messy. I'm going to climb the
But
tree
it's-
again.
But it's pretty, right?
It's beautiful. That
Never mind.
order, disorder, controlled chaos, manicured madness. There's a beauty to this chaos,
Like Disneyland.
like Disneyland. You gonna try again, Barnum?
Yeah.
This time, you get yourself up the tree, and you're a little ways up the tree. When you notice things rustling in the bushes again.
Down below me?
Mhm.
I'm going to wait above them, ready to pounce. So they never suspect the Sky Dwarf.
Never.
New class. Sky.
I don't think I've ever expected that.
You see a
I-
creature scurry its way out. Excuse me, I'm trying to find the right page. Scurry its way out from one of the bushes.
Do we hear the jungle music?
What kind of
Get its
creature?
head!
It looks like a hunchbacked, vulture-like humanoid.
Is it big or little?
Oh my god.
Medium-sized.
That's really ugly, dude.
No, it's a
it
friend.
Sure is. Yeah, no,
That's
it's
cute.
I am poised and ready, my squat little legs bent at the knees and in a cat-like position, and I spring forward as fast as I can, leaping entire feet, and I pounce.
Entire feet.
Give me a moment.
The dwarf feet. They're smaller.
As you leap off the tree and you're jumping right at it, it turns, it locks eyes with you, and I need a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, actually, I'm okay at those ones.
Ooh.
Hey, yeah.
You are paralyzed in midair. Boom! And you slump onto the ground. You lose your control. It falls out of the way, and you slump onto the ground. And it goes, "Stupid dwarf! Doesn't know that Grandmother Crow watches for you."
What?
And then a few more of these things pop out of the bushes.
Oh god.
And it says, "Yes, Grandmother Crow, Grandmother Crow."
I like grab this one's thin little neck and like, I don't know. I'm already holding its neck. I don't
You're
think there's
paralyzed.
any more threat needed. Oh,
You're
damn it.
paralyzed, dude.
It will drop the paralysis on you now that you're on the ground, and they're starting to circle around you.
How big are these
okay.
dudes? Can you show us with your hands?
They are medium, so they're like humanoid sized. They're
Entire feet.
Really big.
they're hunched
Like
over,
5 feet tall.
so they're shorter.
Entire dwarven feet.
Yeah,
Entire
They're
dwarf
probably
feet.
the same height.
yeah, roughly.
Is it still in grabbing distance?
Yeah, but there are now several around you within grabbing distance.
Oh, they're that close. Okay, never mind. What's going on? Come, you've got to tell me. I landed on you.
Stupid dwarf doesn't know we saved it.
Grandmother Crow. I know someone who's friends with her.
Yes. There's several different of them talking. They interrupt each other's sentences. Grandmother Crow sent us to ensure that her servant would bring her the world egg.
Well, I believe that may be in my interests if it involves taking the world egg from who has it right now.
Yes, it's all wrong. He wasn't supposed to have it. No. We
So I'm
saved you.
entirely willing to help you and not betray you later.
Good. Grandmother Crow protects you.
Sorry
We
about
saved
the
you,
whole
so
pouncing
you can
thing.
save the rest.
Wait, where are the rest? How do I save them?
This way. We know the way.
You're gonna follow
Follow
them?
me.
All right, well,
Dude, crows are wild.
Come this way.
You didn't
Finger
caw
like
enough.
photos.
I'm lodging a formal complaint for the lack
Can there
of
just be
caws.
one that just constantly caws and they're like, shut up?
This whole time there's been one in the back and just, ah!
And they're like, Jim, shut up.
Quiet!
This is Jim. This is the real
I,
Jim.
The real Jim.
I follow them, but I try not to look at them too much.
They start to lead you through the jungle and the forest, and it starts to make a bit more sense now. As you're following them, they make strange choices, but then suddenly things seem a little more solid than they were before, until you come out at this. You see this white manor house with this attached greenhouse on the side of it, like a southern manor house.
Okay.
And we'll come back to you.
Oh, okay.
Left 2/3 of my party.
That's us.
That's us.
The captain has taken you aboard the ship, and he sails for a little while clockwise. And you see the storm chasing you again, but he stays just out of it, and he brings you here, and he says, "This is our first stop, the Ministry of Truth." And he says,
What do they do here?
he says, "Oh well, they spread the good word, don't you know?"
The good word of who?
Great.
I like the good word.
You'll see. And he takes you forward to this massive, brutalist concrete building with these giant banners hanging on it. And on these banners, you see these giant images of a face that would be familiar to you as players, but not as characters, of Vizerin DeVir. And there are
Shocking.
slogans on them. One says, "The Deliverer, the Defender, the Divine DeVir."
Guess Ministry of Propaganda doesn't brand well.
I don't know. I hope this guy's chocolate
Wow.
business goes well.
That guy seems great.
Seems really cool.
You see another one that says, "Suffer today for a stronger tomorrow."
I like his mustache in that one.
That one seems specifically targeted at the Ministry of Suffering. He takes you in this building and past rows and rows of these like cubicles with people at these like bullpens, like hundreds of writers just typing away at propaganda. People drawing new posters and writing
You
up
don't
new
mean typing.
catchphrases.
Truth.
You mean
Sorry,
writing.
truth. No, I do mean typewriters.
Oh, okay.
Those are nifty. What are those?
Some sort of magic writing device. It don't make much sense to me.
Pretty cool. Pretty fancy.
I'll take a quill and ink any day.
Yeah.
And as you come in, you see there's this raised office over the bullpen, and you see, "Get me pictures of Spider-Man!" Except his face is that he's a direct likeness of Vizerin DeVir, but he's got this big old cigar, and he's chewing out some writers who are in his office, and you just hear the raised tones of him shouting at them as you go past. And the captain leads you past, and he says, "This way." And he takes you to an elevator. There's like hundreds of buttons on this elevator, and he picks like one of the lowest ones. And the elevator goes all
man,
the way
my
down.
head.
Ding! And you're taken out into this dark, dingy floor with flickering fluorescent lights, full of awful cubicles, and just completely drained of all life. This is like the worst possible office imaginable. And he walks over, and he seems to be taking a very specific path through the cubicles here. And you guys are really confused, because he said he was supposed to take you and show you all the great things here, but he's taking you to this dark, dingy place. And he goes over to this specific cubicle. And there you see there's this dragonborn there, and he's scratching slogans onto a parchment. He's got this picture of Vizerin's face, and he's writing it, and he writes like, "Smile, for he is risen." No, and he crumples it up.
Viz-risen.
Viz-risen?
He is risen.
And he just when he goes, "Oh,
Thanks, I hate it."
Supervisor, I've got all these ideas to show you. They're all in here." And he goes, "I'm not your supervisor." And he says, he looks at him, and he says, "I need you to take them to find the rest of the party. These ones will know what to do when you get there." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And the captain says, "They're spread out all over the inner planes. I think you're going to need this a lot more than me." And he reaches out his hand, and the Dragonborn looks a bit confused, and then takes his hand, and the captain shakes his hand, and then suddenly, whew, the captain is a small figurine. And
Wondrous.
Nadam, You wake up. You see in front of you a few. Oh!
Okay,
It was
wait.
so emotional.
I will stall for 5 seconds. He's so
He
emotional.
emoted right off the server.
He had to compose himself, you know? That's fair.
Yeah, you have to take a step away,
Go
take
ahead
a
and
few
bear
breaths.
There he is.
Who do I see in front of me?
You didn't come through. Say again.
Who do I see in front of me?
In front of you, you see very clearly these images of Theo, Eridan, Quaros, and Irina, but in these plain clothes and these blank expressions.
What happened? Where am I? What's going on? How'd you guys get here? Who is this?
Who are you?
You know, you have all of the memories of the captain of Dirk Courage, because the elder spirit of Dirk Courage has returned to you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
You know.
And do you know what you... Does he know what he's been doing?
He knows that he has worked with Savras, that he took... remember when you all came to Azemar?
Yes.
Do you remember how you got through interplanar customs? Or
Didn't
past?
Savras do
Savras
something
did
to
some
send us?
Shenanigans.
Savras took your
Did?
consciousnesses and put them in,
But it's-
doppelganger bodies that were already on the plane.
Right.
Dirk, who travels around the astral plane when he's in Figurine of Wonders Dirk form, took your bodies that were floating in the astral plane and brought them here so that he could reunite your bodies with your
Ever?
shadows of your selves here to save the party.
Oh, whoa. Damn. Dirk in the astral plane doing
Dirk will
work,
play it.
man. Shit.
Nadam,
Do I know where? Yeah.
you don't know where each of them are, but you know this. Remember the Great Wheel?
I do.
This is a perturbed Great Wheel. In the center, House DeVir atop the spire, where Sigil should be. Around, you came in through the House of Death. There's the Ministry of Truth, the House of Knowledge, the Ministry of Beauty, the House of Chance, the Ministry of Suffering, the House of Memory, and the Ministry of Justice.
Why was the fashion dragon not in the Ministry of Beauty?
Because-
Probably not
Well, I
the
am a
Ministry
painter.
of Beauty any more than the Ministry of Truth is the Ministry of Truth.
Because Vizerin put him there.
And he is a painter, and this is the most soul-crushing way to use that skill.
The other thing you know
Yeah.
is that the 4 elemental planes surround these planes, and they rotate. So the easiest way to get around here is to either go towards the center, where there's a short distance between the different planes, or towards the outside, where you can hitch a ride on one of the elemental planes as it travels around clockwise.
Probably water is safer.
Assuming we have the boat.
Fire's not
but
great.
I mean, fire's
Oh,
not
one-
good.
mm.
We can totally make some tunnels, guys. We were all doing this, Jake.
All right.
I know.
I'm sorry, the man that we were just with, was he supposed to be a small person? What's happening?
Yes, completely normal. Follow me.
That was our
Okay.
tour guide.
I'm not sure I believe you that it's completely normal, but okay.
Do you have
Are
any
you our new
reference to
tour
what would be
guide?
normal?
No, I have to admit I don't.
Then there we go.
I guess I'll follow you.
We were
So
promised
in
a
the-
tour.
We're in the Ministry of Truth right now, right?
Correct. Lawful good.
Is that next to the Ministry of Memory?
The House of Memory is neutral evil, so south.
Well, if their minds would be anywhere, it seems like they'd be there.
Perhaps.
So right now we're at Ministry of Truth. We just came from one tick below that, House of Death.
Mm-hmm. House of Death is lawful neutral. Ministry of Truth is lawful good.
Okay.
Hmm.
So what's
Do you
one
have
of
any
above
idea
us?
where to start looking for this? No idea?
Your guess is as good as mine.
So specifically,
Um,
we're looking for.
You're looking for yourselves, wherever Vizerin has
Yeah.
put you.
But
in this
only Nadam knows that right now.
world. Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
The rest
So
of you are
we,
just-
we can't.
Kind of confused. And you think you're getting a tour of all the different houses and ministries here
Yep.
in the afterlife.
Yeah, I don't know about the view
like-
of this one. Can we see the rest?
Sure,
I'm not
let's
sure
go
I
to
want
the
to
next
spend
one.
eternity here.
Let's go back to what's the next one?
All right, so you want to go to the House of Memory?
Yes.
All right, the best way to get to the House of Memory would
Ideally.
go towards the spire in the center. And then from there, head south.
Wait. It's based on alignment.
Mm-hmm.
Nadam is lawful good. So he's here in lawful good land.
Yeah.
Man, what were my friends?
You know that this is Vizerin's conception of alignment?
Right, like Ministry of Truth was Ministry of Truth.
But yeah, I'm trying to think, like, how is he torturing my friends?
So
Marina's
sorry.
in Ravenloft. Let's go there.
Yep.
Whichever
Whichever one Ravenloft is.
House of Memory.
The House of Memory, neutral evil. All right. You all
Yeah.
start heading towards that central spire. As you exit, you go back up the elevator, and out the Ministry of Truth.
Nadam is making up a tour.
Yeah, you just point to things and say that they're things. And as you come out, the spire is all consuming in your vision on the horizon. It is this massive, tall thing, and on top of it, this castle that's just resplendent and almost glowing.
Wow, it's inspiring.
Which
Wow,
house
is that-
is that?
Is
I
that
don't
the
know why I felt the
sun?
need to say that.
Definitely Eridan.
That is the House
That's
of
definitely
DeVir.
Eridan. That is Eridan. Definitely.
It's so bright. I don't know if I like this view.
You get used to it.
All right, we're going to meanwhile, real quick. Burnham,
Mm-hmm.
the Nagpas have taken you towards this manor house.
Okay.
And they say, you must go in. She will let you out. She's
But-
the only way out.
But what? If she's the only way out, why do I have to go if I'm supposed to be saving my friends? Why
Out-
don't
out
you
of
guys
here.
save your?
Out of the Ministry of Beauty.
What? I don't know about ministries. What are you talking about? I'm from a
Go!
town where
And they start pushing you towards the door.
But how did you get me? Fine. Stop.
Jim's just calling at you.
Dirty feathers away. Jesus Christ.
Jim,
Jim's a little
shut up.
cockeyed. He's not entirely there. He's like Ed the hyena.
He's pushing something else.
Like pushing like a little like boulder that was part of a wall. Like
All right, I'll go in.
as you approach the door, it just sort of hangs open, like it was hanging open, and just the screen door is there, and you're able to open it and come inside. And you hear this woman say, "Well, if you're coming in, come in. Don't let the bugs in." Ugh.
Or the birds. Close. Does it sound all grandmother crowy or like?
No, it does not.
Okay, cool. I didn't know who she was. I'm a little bit like relaxed. Then I go forward.
She says, "I'm over here in the atrium. I don't have all day."
I don't know which direction that is, but I'll
The
follow.
atrium
voice.
is the big greenhouse looking thing on the side.
The central chamber.
Cool.
Okay.
What's the word for it's a conservatory? Is that what it is?
You mean conservatory?
Conservatory. She's in the
Come on.
Look for
conservatory.
the lead pipe.
The solarium.
The solarium. That's where she is.
Vizerin with the world egg.
As you come in, you see this wild jungle with all these insane plants. You see, like Venus flytraps and the sorts of things you saw in the jungle in Isari, but they're all manicured and individually labeled and like separated. None of them are mixed together.
Tame.
Tame. And you walk through these paths that sort of zigzag around them until you come towards the edge in the window. You see she's sitting in this sort of wicker chair with these cushions on it, and she has a little pot of tea and carpets, and she says, "Well, are you going to sit? It's very rude of you to stand while the lady of the house is sitting."
Well, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. And I'll sit down and... Are you going to give me a cup of tea now? Or do I not get to drink tea?
So presumptive. But yes. She pours you a cup of tea and hands it to you.
Thank you. It's hot.
Burnham, at first, you didn't recognize her, but there was this peculiar, like, familiarity to her, and then it hits you. This is a female version of Vizerin DeVir.
What? Oh my god. Wait,
Veronica
wait.
DeVir.
Wait, hold on. What's going on?
She says, I don't know, dear. You came into my home.
Well, you got birds to shoo me in, and I didn't see anything else. other
Birds?
than-
Birds to shoo you in, please! I do not own birds.
Wait, who are the birds then?
There are birds?
They're
She
birds.
stands up, like suddenly, and says, well, it's rude to be sitting while the lady of the house is standing. And she says, we must deal with these birds at once.
All right, they're that way.
She says, well, go deal with them.
Right, you are.
You are a soul sent to serve me, are you not?
And indeed.
Go!
Okay,
Sitting here drinking tea when there are birds to be dealt with?
I'm going to go, and can she see me when I like leave her solarium?
Not really.
Okay, I'm not gonna go back out. I want to go somewhere else. I don't know how this place is laid out.
Yeah, it's a big old manor house, so there's all sorts of rooms.
Okay, yeah, I want to go like I want to like not go right next to this room. I want to go a ways, maybe back to the main chamber and then a different
You
direction.
back to the main chamber, you head in a direction, and you find what looks like a study. There's a desk.
Oh, yeah.
There's books. There's a crystal ball.
Can I read things? I couldn't write, but can I read?
Yeah, you were a little, confused before, but ever since you started following those birds, those nagpas, excuse me, sense has begun to return to you. And as you come in the study and you pull a random book off the shelf and you flip it open, the words it's a little hard. It's almost like the words seem like they're moving and shifting a bit, but you're slowly able to start focusing and reading.
All right, where the evil diaries be at?
Give you dyslexia?
Yes, you got evil dyslexia.
I mean, all the
Evil.
Is there any other kind?
Well, technically chaotic good dyslexia, but
Oh my god.
someone's mic just
anyone
picked up a ton
getting
of static.
static?
Everyone say a word so your gain normalizes.
Scroll!
Is it me?
Nicole, you need to say something.
Hello?
Say something a little louder, that so your gain will normalize.
Can you hear me okay? Is good?
Nah, it's still going. Anyway,
Is it me?
Doing something weird.
Lily, talk for like a sentence.
It's me. I'm talking. We're talking. Yay.
It's Nicole. Okay,
Is
probably
there
just your
anything I can
fan
do?
turning on or something. We'll just talk over it.
Okay, sorry.
It'll go away.
Go ahead, Burnham.
Arena is clearly in the
Okay.
suffering dimension.
I want to try to see if there's any like logbook or diary of some kind, something written that would explain what's going on here, because I'm still confused.
Yeah. You look around, and on the desk, after a little while of searching, you do find a logbook.
Uh-huh.
It's a mess.
Ooh.
There's like lines that it's supposed to be in, and there's just things sort of scribbled across like whole pages, and you flip it. It's completely disorganized.
They wrote this sentence across 3 pages, but only on the top line.
And it seems to be detailing a few things. Souls coming here to be trapped here to serve, and also contact with. He's just written as God.
Jesus.
Capital G.
What? She's talking to some god. I'm gonna take it, but I'm gonna leave. I don't really know what to make of it.
Okay. The other very prominent feature in this room that I mentioned before is the crystal ball.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot.
No worries.
Okay. I want to go over there. I don't really have any. I can't use spells if I can't use my book, but like I want to see if I can peer into this thing. Is there anything going on in this ball?
It appears to just be a crystal ball right now, since no one has touched it or activated it. It's just a ball made of crystal.
Okay. Can I grab it? Is it floating or is it just like on a
It's on a
stand?
pedestal in the middle of the room.
Little crystal ball. Pocket it.
You grab it.
Yeah.
When you
Oh, it's
touch
big.
it, it activates.
Oh shit!
What activates about
And
it?
the
What
voice
turns
on the other side answers. And it
Oh.
says, "Yes, Lady DeVir, what is it this time?"
Oh. It is I, her loyal servant.
Who is this? No one else should even have the power left in them to operate a crystal. And then, through the fog, a face appears. And
Yes,
you see,
of course. No one would. Only she granted me the power to activate it.
you see Vizerin DeVir. Not like someone who kind of looks like Vizerin DeVir. You see
Ah.
Vizerin DeVir, except
Who is this?
He's-
What's your operating number?
ancient looking. Very, very old.
Oh.
Ooh,
Better.
you're not looking like you very good for your day.
And he looks, and then there's a look of shock on his face for a moment, and then sort of a thought. He says, "Yes,
Does he
time
recognize
ha-
me?
the time has come. Yes, Burnham."
No, off. This turn around.
It doesn't turn off.
Sorry, Pippin.
And he says,
you turn the ball, but like it just stays looking at you.
"There is no need to speak with Lady DeVir. I grant you passage through these realms."
You grant me. Wait. I thought they said that she could. Are you just? What's going on here? If you don't mind me asking, sir.
And he says, "Find your friends. I'll see you shortly."
Why are you helping me?
And he hangs up.
No, come back. Come on.
The user you were connected with has left. Please dial again.
Crummy crystal. Knock the crystal off the stand.
It plays the
Did you
Discord
just
disconnect
punch a
sound.
crystal ball?
No, I knock it off the stand.
It doesn't. It doesn't move. It can't move off the pedestal.
Well, pretty good stand at least.
As you look
Alright,
out the window now of this study, you see the jungle, and it suddenly all makes sense to you.
What do you mean?
Before it was chaos, it was confusion. It was you got lost and you couldn't. You see, yeah, the jungle's here. The edges of it are right there. There's a spire in the horizon over there. There are limits and edges to this place where before there were not.
Oh, it can make sense of the patterns and stuff.
Does Burnham have any sense of how long he was?
No, he has no. It feels like a long time, but an innumerable long time. Like he can't pinpoint a time when it started.
Burnham has been granted the knowledge of an annual pass holder. Oh, there's the secret
Disneyland.
passageway through the castle to Fantasyland.
I'm going to. Yeah, I mean, I look at that and obviously, like, he's granted me access. I'm gonna like look back towards Lady Viz. Like, I don't actually want to leave right away. I want to go back towards her and see what she's doing. Like, why is she just sitting here, useless?
As you come back into the solarium, you see she's sitting and has her tea and her biscuit, and she's sitting over here, and she's looking out the window impatiently, like looking around, and she's, "Oh, you're back! Did you deal with those birds?"
Very far gone. They won't be
Pests.
seeing you anytime soon.
So glad to be removed.
Shut in
of
another
them.
roof. That's what I told them.
Pests. Huh. Well, what brings you here then?
Well, You need anything more? Your loyal servant is ready to... Any machinations? Schemes?
Machinations, schemes, please! I am a lady of the Ministry of Beauty. Our job
Sure.
is to keep this place beautiful. And she gestures behind you at the perfectly manicured, strange jungle plants.
Well, quite
Did
a
you have
good
like
job
a
you're
very
doing.
petite watering can?
Yes.
I'll go and take that then, and make sure everything is nice and dandy, ready for the sun tomorrow. Can never get enough food.
No, dandelions. Those are weeds.
Oh no, chop them.
She's all right, off with you then. Wasting your day on tea and crumpets.
And I'm very sorry to have done so. You enjoy those. Goodbye. I suppose I'll leave.
Are you gonna head out of the manor house?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I mean, I can see things now, but like, what the hell is he doing? What's he done to himself? Which plane are we in?
You're aware of the edges of this place now, of the edges of this Victorian jungle, and the spire is the thing that draws your attention the most on the horizon.
Okay, if that's the big thing I can see, then I'm gonna head that way.
The Nagpas sort of circle around you as you start heading that way. Yes,
Oh, they're
yes.
still here.
You've been given a path. This way, this way.
Well, you're on it. Can't you see it? You found me. Oh, didn't you?
Yes, yes, but we couldn't take you out. Only
Well-
she could.
Well, how'd you get here? Where are we going out of? And where are my friends? I thought they were in this place
This
somewhere.
way, this way. We're gonna do a quick meanwhile. Remaining 5 players, you all have left the Ministry of Truth, sort of circled around the base of this massive, massive spire with the castle on top, and made your way over to the House of Memory. As you enter this plane, everything becomes dark and dreary and cloudy overhead. It's hard to tell whether it's day or night. Nadam, you've never been to Barovia, but this matches the descriptions that your friends have given you.
Yeah. Dreary, castle, gross. Seems like Barovia.
And as you come in, you find yourselves, the first place you find yourselves at, after passing through the gates of Ravenloft, is this village of Barovia, this beaten down place with what is it? There's the place with the grapes on the vine, and there's the bad pun. This is fine. I have the Curse of Strahd book right here.
You mean the vineyard?
No.
Right?
No, the very first inn you came
played
to.
that adventure.
The very first inn you came to in the village of Barovia. Give me one moment. Page 41.
So this is the memories one, right?
Yes, this is the House of Memory.
And the House of Memory is
Blood
a
of the
lawful
Vine
evil?
Tavern.
Wait, was Blood of the Vine a bar?
It was a tavern. It was an inn in the village of Barovia. And as you
Yeah.
come into the village, you see these dark souls, these saddened people going about their day, ducking into their
Barovians.
Barovians,
Literally just Barovia.
Yeah,
ducking
just
into their
classic
houses as you
Barovia.
passed. And up on the hill, you see the large castle, Castle Ravenloft.
quick question is for my own benefit. Which alignment area was this?
Neutral evil.
Cool.
Well, this is
I want
impressive.
to like kind of pull my group aside when I think no one's around.
Yeah.
So I have to be totally honest. We're not on a tour anymore.
Really? This
Shock.
sounds pretty impressive.
Lost.
What?
No. We're not on a tour. I'm here to help. I'm
With
here to
the
get your
tour?
memories back.
Yeah. You're helping with the tour. Great.
No. With your memories. We know each other. But your memories have been taken from you, and I'm here to help you get them back.
The guy said that they would come back, though.
But have they come back yet?
Let me check.
Fair point.
No.
They have not.
Right?
I don't think
Everyone
so.
else's has.
Hey, you. Hit my head. See if they're back.
Maybe we were true
No.
neutral because we had forgotten everything before we died.
No, you're not true neutral. I point at Koros. He's definitely evil, but he's our friend.
Oh.
I don't think so. Don't feel evil.
I don't think so either.
Thank
Well,
you.
You have
Kinda
evil
sneaky
friends?
to me.
Whatever. I say, we're here looking for you, and I point at Arena. We're here looking for
But
your
I'm right
memories. I know, but your memories are somewhere.
My memories are somewhere
Wait, okay,
here,
I know.
Okay?
Do you remember where you put your memories?
Let me think. Okay, I have to retrace my steps.
As you guys are having this
Back on the
conversation
ship.
on this alley side, a Barovian walking by carrying a crate turns, and his eyes widen, and he drops this crate of wine. It shatters all over the ground, and he bows, and he says,
Dude, you.
"Queen Tatiana, I didn't know you were here. I'm so sorry."
Wait, who is he saying this to?
I'll give you 3
Me,
guesses.
clearly.
Yeah. Definitely Nadam.
Definitely Eridan.
Oh, okay.
I
no,
I
you
look at
dropped the
him,
wine.
and I look at Arena, and then I look at him, and then I go kind of stand him up and kind of try to lead him away.
I was
Say-
on
What are you doing? The queen is there. We should be bowing. He'll kill us.
Oh yes, of course, you did well. But don't tell anyone that she's out here. All right? It needs to be a secret.
Okay. But why? Why is she away from him? He'll be so angry.
It is not for you to question.
He'll be so angry. He'll kill us all.
It's not for you to question. Now go and don't tell anyone.
I won't. And he starts to like pick up the broken glass in the crate, and then he cuts himself.
I take all of you and I go. I know, Arena. I know where your memories are.
She's a queen.
He's hurt.
Why are you calling her Arena? He just called her Tatiana.
Yeah.
Oh, she gets to be a queen.
It's complicated. You're
What was
Eridan. That's
that?
Theoden. That's Koros. This is Arena.
What, is everyone
Um,
here royalty? Come on.
Yes. Well, not him. And I point at Koros again.
Shoot him into the stick every day with you.
Hey, I feel like this
With the
guy
rest of
is
us, yes.
just. Hey, if we're all royal, this guy must be too. Doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
He's halfway to becoming a prince of hell.
No, he's not. The rest of us are. Let's go.
Yum.
And I lead us towards Castle Ravenloft.
All right. You make your way up to the castle. There are no Vistani, no Madame Ava. You find yourself at the black gates of Castle Ravenloft after a short time.
Are you sure we want to go in here? This seems a little bit.
I am-
Not so fun.
I am
Well,
positive that
you're
it's a
being
terrible
invited.
idea.
Maybe
Let's go.
architecture.
Wow. Masonry is really impressive.
I would have sold
Look
him
at those
nonsense.
ghouls.
Oh, cools! Wow, so lifelike. Unlifelike?
Right?
I think those
I'm
are
deathly.
real.
You guys go up to the door, and it is opened by a dusk elf who you recognize. Well, you as players, none of you as
And
characters
Nadam.
recognize. No, Nadam, you wouldn't recognize this person because you were not there.
Oh? Okay.
As
I thought it was going to be visiting
Rahadin,
DeVir again.
and you
As who?
hear Rahadin. The
Dick who
He's
kidnapped
like
Arena, right?
right-hand man.
and
yeah.
in your ears you hear the screams of 10,000 dusk elves.
I don't like this channel.
Ah! Can I like fall to the ground?
Who?
Yeah, I fall to
Ow.
the ground.
And he
Who
says,
are you?
"You come to Castle Ravenloft uninvited."
I don't think we have a very good tour guide.
Yeah,
I
we're lost.
look at the person who clearly looks like the queen and say, "We seek an audience."
And he says, "Peculiar. The
What's
master
peculiar?
will see you in a moment." He brings you in, and brings you over, to. He brings you to the foyer, and you see these statues around the dim light. And he says, "Follow me up the stairs. Wait at the top. I will announce you before you enter." He leads you up the stairs.
Cooperate for now.
At the top of the stairs, he gestures to you to stop, and he walks in. And he heads all the way in. You guys can't really see into the room. There's curtains. You hear hushed whispers in the distance, and then he comes back and he says, "Visitors for Count Strahd von Zarovich," and he opens the curtains, and you see this beautiful throne room, way nicer than Barovia Ravenloft ever was when y'all were there.
It's pretty nice when we were there.
And this large throne, a big throne, and then a smaller one next to it. And sitting in the throne, you see Count Strahd von Zarovich, and I guess not Queen, Countess Tatiana.
And it's Arena, right?
And it's very clearly Arena.
That looks like
What?
that looks like you.
Whoa, it's like you have a twin. I've always
Yeah.
wanted to have a twin.
I must
too.
have a twin. Hi. Nice to meet you. I think we're related.
And Strahd gives this look and he says, "It has been some time since I have seen another." He says, "What is your name, girl?"
You don't know your name.
Well, Nadam's definitely used the word arena.
He told you your name.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well,
Forgot.
this guy called me Arena, but another guy in town called me Tatiana. So I'm not really sure what my name is.
And when you say to the guy, Countess Tatiana goes, "Ugh, what insolence!
Oh, no.
We should eat her."
I just got someone to kill.
The other Tatiana says that?
Mm-hmm. And she says, "Calm, my dear. There is still time to eat them all later."
All?
I would like to not be eaten.
He
Eaten,
says,
please.
"Well, then you should have not come uninvited to Castle Ravenloft. Now tell
We
me,
asked
where all
for-
did
we
you
asked
come
for
from?"
an audience, really nicely and politely. That man said it was okay, and we're on a tour from this guy.
I think we came on a boat.
Tour.
Yeah, boat tour.
Ah, new souls sent from the House of Death.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
It's peculiar that there would be another Tatiana. There has not been one, well, since before.
Before what?
She is real. Perhaps the Countess would like to inspect her to make sure she is real. I did not come today.
That can involve
uninvited
eating?
with,
Oh,
What
but
are you
Strahd,
doing?
can't I just eat her? It would be so delicious to eat myself.
Ew.
gross.
So gross!
Must resist kink shame.
And he says, "Fair enough. I leave her in your command, my dear."
What
She's
did you get me into, man?
and she comes over and she walks
All
right
according to
up
plan.
to you and is like looking down on you. She's in high heels. And as she walks around you 360, like looking down at you, and you're just sort of, as she comes around full circle, she bares her vampire fangs at you.
I'm gonna bear my non-vampire fangs right back at her.
And she, ooh,
Eat anyone?
she's perfect. Ah, I just love. And then she reaches her hands and places her hands on you.
Yes.
And stops mid-sentence. And Strahd says, "My dear." And you guys are both dumbfounded for a moment until there's sort of this flickering, almost like you guys are on a bad VHS tape, just you two. And the tracking is off. And there's one of you.
Shit.
Dun, dun,
Irina.
Irina,
She did eat herself!
your memories are back.
Does she have fangs?
And you've got badass fangs.
No way.
Irina.
Vampirina
What's
is
her name?
back.
Strahd jumps to his feet.
Wait, is she evil?
She's Irina.
That's not an answer.
Oh, with
Where'd she go?
Irina, you are yourself as of last episode.
Got you.
Just like Nadam was when Dirk went to him.
But she has fangs.
But physically,
Irina, what's my
you are
Irina? What?
Countess Tatiana, so you're a vampire.
I grab her and I say, "What's my favorite pattern of fabric?"
And he says, "Take your hands off of my wife."
Trying to
Your
confirm that
wife?
this is really
Excuse you.
What's going
You
on
guys
here?
know what's
Who is this? Rahadin!
Yeah, Irina, we need to go.
Okay, let's get everyone out of here.
Rahadin's scary.
Rahadin is standing at the top of the stairs, and he steps forward and he unsheaths his sword and is standing between you and the exit.
Dude, I bet it's a dope double staircase swooping up. And
Doors
he looks
on the
amazing.
other side. Strahd is between you and those doors. The only thing that is unblocked is a giant stained glass window over the front doors, because you're on the second floor.
Sounds great.
Nadon, the window.
I don't even know these people.
Either.
I find.
Do you want to
there's gotta be
stay here
things
with these
around.
two though?
There
anything
tapestries.
Bad.
Yeah.
Is there anything whip-like, short sword-like, long sword-like, bow-like, or dart-like?
Oh, there could be like the
Are
long
we
tassel
There
on
are
the curtain.
swords on the there are swords on the walls and stuff, and like there's like a suit of armor with like a sword on it. There's also there's like a cord next to one of the tapestries that allows you to pull it up, so you can
I
grab a
grab that.
sword and that cord.
I just want the cord.
All right,
I go past all the swords to get the cord.
all right. You yank it down, and the tapestry falls to the ground. You're standing right in front of that window now.
Classic sword and cord style of gameplay.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
That
use
was-
the
that
hilt
was
of the sword
super
just to
robotic.
smash the window.
All right, you're gonna grab a sword, smash the window. There's wind now buffeting about. It's like fucking Cloud City in here.
Oh damn.
Let's go.
Yeah, get all of them.
Go out.
I'm out.
Nadom and Arena, you
really?
grab.
Arena, get him outside.
I don't know why
Yeah.
I'm averse to the group
I'll
of us
grab-
jumping out of heights.
Yeah. Something about
Something
that
about
doesn't
it
sit
seems
right.
wrong.
You guys leap out of the window.
I don't have anything for that. I don't have any spells for that.
A gust of wind carries you, and you find yourselves in the plane of elemental air.
Hmm.
That's a
Is it
big
very
trick.
breezy?
Boy here. He's my bird boy here.
Your bird boy isn't here.
Where
I'm
are
worried
we?
about him. I've stabbed him before.
And
What
you find yourselves traveling very slowly clockwise around the inner planes.
Arena.
Are
It
you
is
okay,
you, right?
Nadon? It's me.
Yeah. I don't know. Everything's kind of wild. Last thing I
So-
remember was me jumping out after Vizerin grabbing the egg.
Yeah, I remember something about that pharaoh and everything.
Yeah, more or less.
So, we
So
We got
sorry,
your
this-
memories back.
This worked for you. He was talking about memories. This is a real
Well,
thing
yes,
and not a
yes.
bad joke.
I'm gonna
We're-
lean
we're-
to you and be like, dude, they're crazy. Like, I don't know what these people are about, but I think there's too many of them now. I don't know how we can get away.
All right, where next?
Aaron, do you say
well-
anything to
What's
me?
next?
I think
Kinda hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
Vizerin hates us.
Why?
Hates us.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
And he
you
put
mean
our
that
soul-
DeVir guy?
It's a long
The
story.
divine?
Yes, that guy
The
hates
divine
us.
defender, whatever. But he
Severance?
seems like great guy.
great
hates
is
all
an
of us.
overstatement.
A
Hey,
lot.
you were writing good things about him.
Yeah, you said smile. He's risen.
And then I got my memory back, and now I hate him.
Oh.
And he's
Maybe
put
I don't want my
our
memory back. Maybe we're
souls-
just bad people.
Yeah.
I mean, you are, but the rest of us are pretty cool.
Again,
All
I
right.
like this guy.
Where now?
Well, let's
Wherever
see. So,
our souls would be the most tortured.
yeah.
How is
So,
that torture? You
Quaros-
got to be a queen.
You know more about us than we do.
Quaros would be in somewhere orderly and good, no? Or were you in somewhere orderly and good?
I was in the Ministry of Truth.
Which was lawful good,
Can I
correct?
see the wheel again?
Yes, you've got. I'll just read it off to you. Lawful good, Ministry of Truth. Neutral good,
Okay.
House of Knowledge. Chaotic good, Ministry of Beauty. Chaotic neutral, House of Chance. Chaotic evil, Ministry of Suffering. Neutral evil, House of Memory. Lawful evil, Ministry of Justice. And you started at the lawful neutral, House of Death.
So maybe
I
Theo
think
or
Aragon,
Aragon are in the House of Suffering.
Ministry of Suffering.
Ministry of Suffering.
I would say If I had to guess, I would think Theo's in the Ministry of Suffering and Eridan's in the Ministry of Justice.
Sorry, who?
That seems appropriate.
I point.
Why don't we
You two are
start
twins.
there?
That's spelled with an A?
E?
Oh,
That
yeah, now
doesn't
that you
make any
mentioned they
sense.
actually look the exact same. I should have picked up on that.
You guys see that
Yeah, they're
this
twins.
wind is slowly carrying you clockwise, which would be away from the Ministry of Suffering and towards the Ministry of Justice. But
Wait, we're twins?
Let's
start
start with
there.
Justice.
all right,
We don't look anything alike,
Ministry of
You
Justice
are.
it is.
and I'm clearly
And
better.
I point at
good looking.
Eridan.
Wait, what?
I point at Eridan, knowing this is not true, and say, "You're older."
Well, that makes sense.
And handsomer.
That's the first same thing.
Hey! I just said it's clear I am better looking, and nobody objected.
I definitely object.
Let's do a quick meanwhile.
I try to improve my posture to be taller.
Burnham, you find yourself at the edge of this Victorian jungle. You finally come out to the edge, to the base of this massive spire with this glowing castle at the top of it.
Well, that looks like where the real Vizarin is.
To your right, you see a what looks like maybe a massive library of some kind. And to your left, what looks like a gambling hall. Flashing neon lights.
hall.
Like Vegas-y?
Vegas-y.
Well, you know what? I'd usually choose the library, but it's not. These books aren't helping me today. I'm going to the gambling hall.
Perfect. The Nagpas follow you. And they're chittering to themselves, talking about saving you, talking about finding the world egg, talking about Grandmother Crow. And they're just going to follow you over to the House of Chance.
I didn't know they were invited, but fine.
This whole time
I
I was
hope
hearing
Boros is
chants
here.
like
I don't
TS,
think
not
you can get rid of them.
You
This is a bunch of monks.
find yourself basically in Vegas.
All right.
There's all sorts of
Whips.
gambling halls around. You see they've all got different themes to them. And there's a long strip with all these different gambling halls on them. And there's all sorts of different themes along the sides. And at the end, you see a big old neon sign that basically says, "Take the ultimate chance. The Tomb of Annihilation."
Well, I've been there. I'm taking that chance. I suppose I can get through it twice.
Burnham's never been.
Oh, sorry, Burnham hasn't been to the tomb. You're right. Never mind.
We told you all
Just kidding
about it.
about all of that. It's these
would've been really
spirits. They're all
useful.
messing with me.
Has Burnham heard of the Tomb of Annihilation, though?
You guys
Sure, we
told them
told
all
them.
about it.
Yeah, you guys.
Okay,
told
yeah.
me. I'm still gonna go to it. Sorry.
You go in, and at the beginning, we're back in Disneyland. There's a line, and there's a video explaining the Tomb of Annihilation and what it is.
Look not into the eyes of the idol.
And you see
You must
there
be
is
this tall.
yet another
the
Vizarin DeVir, but this one appears to be human rather than drow, or I forget.
Okay.
Drow, rhymes with cow.
Yes.
Human, and has a mask over the lower half of his face and long, slicked back hair.
None of you know him.
And he says, "Welcome to the Tomb of Annihilation. Here, you will, take the ultimate chance to pass traps and puzzles to fight vile beasts and to get your chance at life everlasting."
That does sound good.
Sponsored
Does some little punk in the front be like,
by the House of DeVir,
succeeded?
the Deliverer, the Defender, the Divine DeVir.
Okay, yeah, but the
We're at
first thing
Disneyland,
before
and then
you
it says
ask-
it in Spanish.
Bienvenidos a Tomb of Annihilation.
Boom, de
Niños,
annihilation.
niñas.
¿Cómo se dice
Damas y
Tomb of
caballeros.
Annihilation?
So, how do we play?
As you get to the front of the line, there's a turnstile, and then as you go in, there's a drop. There's just a pit.
Do it.
To a jeep that you get in and then it goes. Oh my God.
You just jump down or what?
You don't know.
You find yourself standing in front of. There's clearly a big old spike pit. Then on the other side of the spike pit, a platform, and there's a giant crusher.
Or
Beyond
Yeah.
it,
Straight on through the choppers.
pit full of snakes. Then another crusher. This one a sideways crusher. and then just on and on and on. It seems to spiral its way down.
Well, this doesn't seem too bad. I have spells. I can probably use a lot of stuff, but
I'm a wizard, nature's
Yeah.
cheater.
yeah,
I'm happy to
I'm
hand wave
just
a little
gonna
bit if you
far
like.
step.
For
No,
the
I'm just
sake
gonna
of time.
far step, and like I can take 80-foot steps through things.
Whoop.
Like I'll just identify. Yeah, exactly.
You start identifying traps. You far step through. You dimension door through part of it. There's a part where you see that there's a loose panel on the side, and you open it up, and there's just a ladder, and you just skip like 3 levels.
It's a
Knock
maintenance
on the
ladder.
wall. This looks
Yeah.
like a door. It says "Do not enter," but click, click.
You know how you usually see like hats on the side
But
of
I
like
can't
roller
read.
coasters? So there's just like armor and swords.
Armor, swords, skeletons.
Ooh,
Ooh, is there
souvenirs.
Visitor and DeVir merchandise being stored back here?
Absolutely.
Like T-shirts and hats.
I
Yeah,
I went to the House of
Get
Chance
the
and all I
elf
got
here.
was this lousy T-shirt.
It's like a Mickey Mouse hat, but it's got pointed ears.
There's a ton that say like I survived the Tomb of Annihilation, and they're in pristine condition, and not a single box has been opened.
Yeah, I take one that says I got 3,324 feet in the Tomb of Annihilation. It's in a long hallway.
I bet there's those, I don't know what they're called, but those like stuffed animals with the way oversized eyes of Vizerin. Like the plushie.
He has a pointed hat, you know?
Yeah. The
You
plushie
eventually
Vizerin.
make it all the way down.
All right.
They don't get a lot of level 19 spellcasters here in the
tomb.
afterlife.
Kind of shocking, really.
Yeah.
And this seems way easier than your friends described the Tomb of Annihilation.
Yeah. This is all they did. They told me that there was a copy of their friend there. There's no copies of friends here.
And at the very bottom, you come into a chamber. And there's a knight and a bunch of cups. No. There is someone in this
Pleasure.
chamber, though. And he is an old man. And you see, he has that familiar, that face of Vizerin DeVir. And he's still got this leather mask wrapped around his face. But there's, like, beard sticking out of all the holes in it. It's an old man. And he looks up and he says, "Am I hallucinating again?"
No, I think. Do you see a dwarf in front of you?
"I do.
Do you
made
know
it.
the dwarf?
You made it all the way here."
What are they doing here? Which one are you, and what is, like... Are you the wizard that was in this place that they fought? Is that what you... Are you not Vizerin? Wait, one sec.
My name is Reese,
Oh my gosh.
and it has been my curse to wait here for 1,000 years or more. And he turns, and you see a wall on the side, it's just covered in tally marks, and just ran out of room. Until someone could best the Tomb of Annihilation.
Well, it was bested, and then I bested it again. So it's twice bested now. You're still here. I don't mean to be rude, but I should point that part out.
He says, "I'm to give you these." And he gets up and he hobbles over to
I feel like when he stands, there's a literal creak. Like,
it looks almost like a sarcophagus, this like solid, like stone altar looking thing, but it doesn't
Oh boy,
open.
those always go well.
And as he places his hands on
I
it,
don't see a
Amazon?
problem.
4 weapons appear on the altar.
girl, I bet I know what they is.
Let me make sure I get these correct. Do.
Isn't Windvane one of them? It,
I
like that's
stabbed Salik with one of these.
The trident, the
Windvane.
Dip, hold on.
Trident is the water one. Windvane, I thought, was the one that Pharaoh's
Is
mom
the
had.
air spear.
I
Yeah.
will take the mighty weather vane, and I shall pierce you with it.
He shows you all 4, and he says, "Choose wisely." The 4 are, where'd they go? They are. There is Wind Vane, which I believe is a spear. There is Iron Fang, which is a war pick.
Yeah.
There is Tinder Strike, which is a dagger.
I think you want that one.
And there is, last but not least,
Small but feisty.
Claw, which is a trident.
And the
Tridents
hammer.
are
No, sorry,
cool,
Drown.
but-
Drown is the trident.
Drown?
Drown
I
is the
didn't
name of the
remember its
trident.
name was Drown.
Clob is a space cow.
The fire one killed Dirk, so
Nice. I'm going
You
to,
hate to
of
see it.
course, grab the war pick.
Here are their pictures.
Wind Vane?
You are, after all, a dwarf.
Absolutely. You take Iron Fang.
Oh my god! I'm gonna walk around dragging a pointed pick and like reading off of a stone book.
That's
cool.
dope. What should I say? Stone.
That's
And he
so
says-
ground.
It's so mineral.
And now
Jesus Christ, Marie.
I am free. And he just falls down to the ground.
Dead?
Does he burst into dust?
Nope.
He's real old.
Falls onto the ground.
No. Only zombies do that.
I mean, he is dead, right?
You go over. He's not breathing.
Yeah, but he's not a Nazi zombie, so he doesn't turn
And
to
as you
dust.
turn back to the altar, the other weapons are gone.
Oh.
I don't know what the hell is going on here. But you're helping me. And I suppose you haven't been doing much for a long time, Mr. Corpsey. So I suppose you should rest in peace. Dragon breath. Information.
Dragon breath?
Specifically, because I'm not desolating his corpse, to be clear. Vizarin's messed up. That guy likes necromancy, maybe. Who knows? He could bring him back. Like, I'm not gonna let him do that.
So you're gonna burn the corpse so that he.
Yeah.
Corpse desecrator.
Yeah, I'm not. No, it's no.
You burn the corpse, and then you start making the long slog back up the Tomb of Annihilation.
There's not a quick...
There is
exit
not a quick
path?
exit.
No, but that's where you put the gift shop. They're missing out.
Oh no! Actually, wait, a door opens and there's a gift shop, and it's got the shirts hanging on the mannequins, and they're dusty and old, and no one has ever made it to this gift shop before.
Dude, I bet...
And it's got minis of each weapon.
Right?
I bet the clerk is a skeleton.
The clerk is literally a skeleton.
Yeah.
He just-
He's a skeleton
But
was
he's-
sitting at
but
the
he's a-
computer.
Oh,
There's
he's
like a-
animated skeleton. He's like, oh, good.
Oh, you made it through the Tomb of Annihilation! Check out our gifts! Get your I Survived the Tomb of Annihilation t-shirt! Get
The
your...
other skeletons are the mannequins, and they just have the clothes on them, but they're not animated. They're just, like,
Yep.
just this one is naked, and he's talking.
And
he's got a polo on and nothing.
the other end of the gift shop magically opens back
Yeah,
into...
skeleton.
back onto the strip.
Oh, okay, cool.
And the Nagpas are
Awesome.
waiting for you.
It's like a Skyrim does.
He has it,
I
he
got-
has it! The crow said he
got
would
it.
take it.
I did take it. I got the thing. What do I do with it? Where's this? Is
This-
not my friend's.
They say, the spire! The spire! You can climb it now.
Wait, now you need to tell me where my friends are, or I'm not claiming anything. That's where Vizarin is. Do you see that thing? He's the only person willing to make something so tall when nothing around it is taller than the trees. Nobody else does that. Why would I ever go up that thing without knowing what's on the other side? Where are my friends?
He has the world egg. It's the only
And-
way. The only way to get things back to where they were
My
before.
friend, I can stop time for like 20 seconds, as ironic as that is. He can stop time for as long as it takes to put me here. There's millions of them. Where am I? I need my friends to fight him.
Don't worry, you'll find them. You'll find them. The spire, that is where we go.
Jim, shut up.
These fucking birds. What does the pick do again?
Did I just put it away? I did just put it away because I'm stupid. The pick It has a flaw, but you have to attune to it first.
Makes you really dwarfy.
Yeah. No.
Oh no.
Magic items. Here we are. Elemental weapons. Drown. Tinder Strike. Wind Vein. Iron Fang. When you attune to it, it's a +2 magical weapon. When you hit with it, the target takes an extra D8 thunder damage. You gain the following benefits while you hold Iron Fang. You can speak Terran fluently. You have resistance to acid damage. You have Tremor Sense out to a range of 60 feet. You can sense the presence of precious metals and stones within 60 feet of you. You can cast Dominate Monster, save DC 17, on an Earth Elemental. Once you've done so, Iron Fang can't be used this way again until the next dawn. Shatter. Iron Fang has 3 charges of Shatter. The Rumbling. When inside the Earth node, you can use it to make a Devastation Orb of Earth.
Nice.
Probably not going to come up.
Probably not. Well, I don't know. The elemental planes are here.
I'm going to look at these birds again and at this sorry, what's the name of
The flaw. Hold on.
Oh.
Once you attune to the weapon, you gain the following flaw. I like to break things and cause ruin.
Oh my god, that's already on top of it. Doesn't even subconsciously internalize the flaw of this weapon. I'm looking at the birds, and I'm considering going up the tower. But Burnham's just going to shake his head. No, you know what? Screw you all. He's coming down here. If something needs to come down, this place is getting brought down now. And I'm going to walk over to the tower, and I'm not going inside shit. I'm starting to smack the pick against it as hard as I can. It does thunder damage. It's going to be loud as hell.
Well, the spire is like stone coming out of the ground. It's
so am I.
You just start.
Don't care.
All right.
I'll cast spells. I can move some rocks.
Absolutely. We're gonna do a quick meanwhile. To the Ministry of Justice. You all take a ride on a cloud until you are released, and you settle down at the Ministry of Justice. And what you see is a prison. Big, barbed wire fences, 2 layers of them, and then this building. You see people walking around in chains with, pickaxes hitting rocks for no reason.
Warm.
Fun.
So
All right.
out there.
I think Eridan. I said they're breaking rocks that just reform.
Exactly.
I think Eridan might be here. He was the in the kingdom they ruled. He was the staff. He was in charge of justice. So this is where I would put him if I hated him.
Yeah, that seems appropriate. Should we check the people mining things or breaking things, or should we look for? I mean, I think he would be somebody having to distribute this justice, right? Control of it.
From here, on the airplane, as you were setting down, you can see that there are layers to this level, like the 9 layers of hell.
Oh, like a layer cake. Delicious.
God, I'm still really hungry. Are you?
Now I'm starving. I want something like
Probably at the bottom.
like thick, but not like a steak.
Kind of.
Also thin, but not like
like
raw.
hearty. But,
Yeah. Yeah.
fluid.
We will take you both to the
Why are
elemental
you talking
plane
about
stew
food?
later.
Hungry.
Could you keep it to yourselves? Weird shit is happening.
As you
Come
guys
on, Fuzzy.
approach the gates, and they roll open by one, and you go in, and they close behind you, and the other one opens, and you go in, and then there's a series of doors.
Reporter.
Yeah.
Is Koros the goat man right now?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
He doesn't have the staff, so...
Oh, fair.
Does Koros has double?
Koros has stubble? Sure.
Then it's fair for me to call him Fuzzy. That's all right.
Alright. You go through the doors, and you find yourselves in, like, the visitor center of the prison, and as you come up to the gates, there's, like, a glass thing, and they say, Are you someone's lawyer today, or are you a guest?
A guest.
I go over and I tap the mic. Guest.
Sorry, we're not seeing guests today. You can come back
That was
on
the wrong answer.
alternate Tuesdays
I'm our
when the
guest
moon
lawyer.
is in a left position, over the House of Suffering, Ministry of Suffering, and between the House of Chance.
I'm terribly
get
sorry.
out of line as if we are not a party, and let someone else go up to the mic as if they're not affiliated with me.
I'm gonna go up to the mic and be like,
Are you here as counsel or as a guest?
I am in fact a guest, however, you should recognize me, for I am the
We're not
mistress
seeing
of the
guests at this
house.
time. You can return on alternate Tuesdays when the moon is on the left side between the Ministry of Suffering and the House of Chance.
Do you know the House of Memory?
Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. We have a long line today. And you look behind you, and it's just the other 3 people here.
I'm gonna hiss it. I'm gonna bare my fangs.
I have an idea. I'm gonna go up.
Tell him you're a guest.
And I'll say, today is Tuesday. It's in fact the Tuesday when the moon is in the upper left, and just say exactly what he said.
Are you here as counsel or as a guest?
Council.
Who do you represent?
Aridin. Eldre.
I've never heard of him.
They start,
I think it starts with an A.
He's not being held at this facility. You'll have to talk to the Ministry of Suffering. If you'd like to put in a transfer, we have a 12-page application by which we can submit on alternating Sundays when the sun rises in the west above the House of Death.
So like 3 weeks?
There
like 3 weeks.
There should be a caveat that says they don't accept faxes.
We do not accept.
They only accept faxes.
We only accept facsimiles.
Must be delivered by a facsimile or a homunculus.
Should we check the other names?
We found one, yeah.
Go and
What are our names again?
Your Theo. Your Theo's
What about
representative.
Theoden Eldris or Koros Ravenrock? Are they here?
Sorry, sir, no guests today. There's a long line. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. We've got all these people in line, only Koros and
give me one of
Aridin.
give me one of the names.
I
Theo,
tell your name is Koros,
Theo.
and his name is
All
Theoden
right.
Eldris.
I'll go up and
Are you here as counsel or as a guest?
counsel.
Who do you represent?
Theoden Eldras?
Eldras.
I think it's Eeldrath.
We have no record of a Theoden Eldris. I think you're mistaken. In case there's been a change of name, we do have a process by which you can submit a form.
I don't think I'd want to.
An alchemical form by which.
My client can rot. I'm not going to submit a form.
All right, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, sir. We've got a
you've
long line today.
No, I heard. Thank you for your service.
I go out and get back in line.
All right, Aridin, you're up. Are you here as counsel or as a guest?
Council.
Yes.
Who do you
Spamming
represent?
A. Koros Ravenrock.
One moment, please.
Skip.
Right this way, please.
Thank
Oh.
you. 3rd time's the charm, bitches.
The 6th time.
A gate opens, and Aridin goes in.
Well, wait,
Follow, run after I
Run!
Everyone else runs in.
These are my law clerks.
Gate closes behind
I
all
was
of
a
you.
guest. I left. I came back in. Now I'm a paralegal.
The gate opens again,
All right,
and you
wait.
guys find yourself in like a room with a table, and a voice over the loudspeaker says, "Please wait here. Koros Ravenrock will be brought to you shortly. In the meantime, there are a series of forms on the table that must be completed before you leave." You see that there is
I
a
have
like
really good handwriting.
foot-thick stack of paper, of just bureaucracy that must be.
Can I
Question.
go over one
Legible.
to see if I know how to read?
Nadam
Don't know if I
is
can read.
really fast,
Mhm.
and a
I spend a key point.
and
I bet you fucking do.
You can spend a key point for bureaucramancy if that's what you're looking for.
can I spend a key point to, cast, bureaucrathurgy?
Bureaucramancy.
Yes. and just like do it.
You think that by the time this is all done, you might get through the pile.
Great. I'm having a good time.
I wanted to try to see what the top form said to see if I could read.
You were able to read the words, but you didn't know what any of them meant. It was all, like, super infernal legalese.
Oh, okay, great. So, infernalese.
That gives habeas corpus a whole new meaning. It's talking about corpse. Corpses.
After a while, the door buzzer opens, and some devilish guards push Koros Ravenrock in chains into the room, put him down into the chair, attach his chains to the table, and then they leave.
Which alignment area is this? Which alignment is
So now
Koros
we've
in?
got an issue because, assuming the same thing happens as with you, he's just going to be chained up.
Are you now, or have you ever been, a member of the West Azemar Resistance Party? Wait, sorry, wrong bit.
I didn't order counsel. We've been through this. I've tried every rule in the book, every loophole, every deal that can be made. No one will take anything.
You can't make an evil deal! That's gross as hell!
What does Koros look like right now?
What are you? He's like
hilarious.
huge
Goat.
beard,
You gotta
like
be a goat.
totally
Half
scruffy,
goat.
half goat. No, he's
goat.
full goat, and just like the hair. He hasn't been shaved in ages. He's just like the hair in every direction.
Excuse me.
I have
It's
it in my
shorn.
roll.
Shorn. He hasn't been shorn in ages.
You idiot! This is a goat. This is none of us. What are you doing? Did you get the name wrong?
No, it's you.
What are you
Can
gonna
I-
offer me
I'm
that they
not a
haven't
goat.
offered me 1,000 times over, and none of it has worked? I'm just gonna be stuck here forever, breaking
Can someone
rocks.
can someone get the chains off him? Do you have a magic crap?
We have nothing on us,
Get it?
right?
You got nothing on you, yeah.
Koros
Well,
is
maybe you
held.
won't be in chains. Can I grab their hands and like make them hold hands?
You can grab the hoofy hand and the regular hand, and you touch them together. And we'll take the average. They arrive outside of the chains. In the
But still
regular,
have their ego.
well, no, in the very needs to be shorn goatee form.
Still a goat.
All your
Koros,
memories are
do you
back,
remember?
Koros.
Hey. Well,
Oh,
There we
good.
go.
nice
Right.
to see you all.
2 out of 4.
2 out of 4. What does that mean?
3.
We've been trying to get everybody's memories back. We have to find the U's that are being tortured by Vizirin here, and then you touch them, and then you get your memories back. We got Arena in Ravenloft, you here in Bureaucratic Hell. I don't know where the...
I have a
Can we
question.
one and
just, can
thing
we
two
just
are.
leave it? All they do is hit things. Can we just leave them like that?
I have a
No, we
question.
need
them
people
to-
to
no, I don't know if they know how to hit things here.
Ah, you're right. All right. Well, where are they?
I have a question.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, this is a Lily question. When they get back with their memories,
Uh-huh.
do
They
they
remember both.
They remember the suffering.
Yes, they remember all of it.
So Arena remembers being Strahd's bride.
Irina remembers the horror of not being in control, of being Strahd's bride, of having to do his every whim, and also of being a really horrible, awful person.
That's twice now,
I bet they
Jake.
That's
kiss.
too
Twice now
traumatizing.
that Irina has
That's
been.
And Koros remembers being trapped and none of his tricks working and not being able to make a single deal with anyone, not even among other inmates. Trying to like trade cigarettes for, you
This
know.
is the better deal. I'm just giving you something. I don't know.
I don't know. That doesn't seem fair to me.
I
Come on,
see
Jake.
that. I
got
see.
nothing.
I
No
see what
bread.
Nadam was filling out on the table, and I'm just gonna mage hand the whole stack off the table. Don't sign things in here. Are you an idiot?
I'm not
Don't
signing them as
sign
me,
your
I'm
name.
signing them as Vizirin.
Don't write anything down in here. This is a bad place. All right, let's leave.
Never made a dark pact before.
And now we realize that Nadam feels lightheaded because he's been signing in his own blood. I'm just kidding.
As you guys are getting up to leave, and the buzzer opens, and the guards are like, "He's out of the chains!"
Yeah, it
Like,
turns
or-
out I'm innocent. This was a misunderstanding.
Suddenly, there's a rumbling. Like some sort of massive earthquake.
It's time to leave.
Yeah, let's run.
And
We're going.
the doors and the walls just split open, and you guys see your escape.
That
Let's
way.
go. I, yarn, like curtain rod whip out, grab somebody who's next to me, and we swing.
Dun, 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 dun.
I
I
feel
grab
like
somebody
it's
around
me
the
'cause I
waist,
don't know what's
probably
going on.
Koros.
Yeah, probably Koros. He can't handle it.
You guys make your escape and find yourselves even nearer to the source of the rumbling and the shaking. And you see Burnham Shortwick cursing up a storm, shouting, and just going to town on this spire.
Burnham.
Whoa, what are you doing? What's going on?
What?
Burnham, use one of your tricks. Don't just hit things.
Can I hear them at all?
Burnham,
Yeah.
is it Burnham, or like not Burnham?
Wait, what? Oh, there you guys are.
Well,
Wait.
3 of us.
So wait, you were only 3 of you. They were going to bring me half of my friends. I see how it is. All right.
You see
Well,
Theo and Aridin standing right there.
And we're just like standing like totally like
In like rags and like kind of confused. Not rags, but like very plain white clothing. Like,
Are you trying to say that they're not like Theo and Aridin the way that I am Burnham?
They're
It's
Theo and
their
Aridin the way that
bodies.
you are Burnham. They just don't remember that they're Theo and Aridin.
It's their bodies,
Also, are
but
you
not their
Burnham
minds.
in a strange way that we should know about right now? Because you were just
Seriously,
hitting
when
a
are we
big
gonna
pile of
get
rock.
lunch though? I'm really hungry.
I know. That's all I can think about. Also,
No,
This,
are we all
This
gonna
gross.
be that hairy?
Yeah.
I
That's
have my
gross.
powers back. This
One person
close,
has
I'm telling
ugly
you.
teeth. This person has ugly hair. I don't want to be ugly, and I'm hungry.
Do we know where they are?
I'm sorry about the first count. It's already too late. But hopefully we can get some food.
I don't know where there is food, but we can definitely leave.
Do we know?
Where
Denom, do you
would
know
they
where any of
put-
them are?
Oh no! So he said
Suffering.
What are the birds doing?
is in
Suffering.
the suffering.
Yeah.
House
and
of suffering.
the only
Yeah,
other
for
one
the
left
suffering.
also is the House of Knowledge.
House of Knowledge?
Oh, that is where
Wait.
you would put Theo to torture him.
Anywhere with magic.
Hey,
There's a library.
I don't
There's a
even know
library
this guy,
over.
but that's pretty mean.
There's a library on the way of the
Yeah,
other,
kinda
like
checks
on the
out.
other side of this place. We could probably go there. That might be the House
Is
of
that
Knowledge.
the House of Knowledge?
That seems like the House of
I mean,
Knowledge.
Ogma's House of Knowledge is a library.
All right, to the House of Knowledge.
Knowledge
then...
and waffles and pancakes and fried chicken.
All right, House of Knowledge, then Ministry of Suffering. Let's go. You guys also
of
see
Knowledge.
these strange vulture humanoid bird things. They're here.
They're
They're
what it is.
together.
They members of our
Two
group
more.
too?
Two more.
No, I don't know them.
Are they your pets?
No, they're
Are you
assholes.
their pet?
I hope not.
Are they?
Does one of you want to be a
kings
familiar?
They have been taking me on a very long walk.
Jim goes. "Ah!"
too? Oh, that
Burnham,
one's the
Burnham.
leader, and I start bowing.
Don't bow. They might get ideas.
Burnham,
I don't
Stop
wanna
Where did
talking
these
about
come
them.
from?
Earlier we didn't bow, and we almost got eaten.
They found me in the middle of this wasteland. They helped me figure out how to see things right. I guess they're not that bad, but they have been taking me on a long walk, so maybe I'm their pet.
Who sent them?
Makes
Where did
sense.
they come from?
Now you are pet again. The
Uh,
natural order is restored. Now let's go.
it was Mother Crow,
Oh no.
Grandmother Crow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, she still helped
The
me.
Dom
So
saying, "Oh no," is great.
I don't know what we're
Oh.
going to do about it. It's either let Vizerin get away with all this, or be on her side, I guess.
Ugh.
What are the odds that Grandmother Crow has Theo? If any of us felt like gambling.
I know a place you can gamble.
No, it was
You'd like
rhetorical.
to do that?
That was rhetorical.
Quickly to the
House
house,
of Knowledge.
to Ogma's House of Knowledge and chicken and waffles.
Oh, chicken and waffles?
Finally, they're
Yes,
gonna
chicken
feed
and
us.
waffles.
Oh, God.
You guys all go up to the House of Knowledge,
Food for thought.
and out front,
chicken and
Theo and
waffles.
Aridin stop at the chicken and waffles place while you all go in and start to get your bearings.
You guys, good luck. I hope you find what you're. I don't know.
Is the chicken and waffles place called Food for Thought?
It is called Food for
Yes,
Thought.
it is.
I'm my personal goal is to eat so much that they run out of food.
I think we can do it together.
I
Should we
think
roll
so too.
con saves?
No, you're all
I'm
right.
No, Dom, I'm telling you, we're better off. Like we don't need them.
No, but
All
I
right,
want
we'll
them
go.
so
Let's
that
go
we
get
can
their
get shot
bodies,
before
I
we
mean-
get shot.
You guys enter the House of Knowledge, and there's a whole bunch of, hooded monks who come and they come and they come over to you and they gesture silently towards your shoes, towards your cloaks, towards your weapons, and then they gesture
Anyone wearing
over
a hat?
to sort of racks and shelves on the side.
I
You
don't
see that
have
they're
any weapons.
they're barefoot. They have no weapons.
I'm bringing the pick.
Take all my clothes off.
I say out loud.
Oh no.
They turn to the pick, and they look at it. They look confused, and they look at you, and then they gesture at your shoes and at like your anything else you have. They don't gesture at the pick.
Okay, cool. I'll take off everything but the pick.
You would not.
Burnham is now naked.
Yeah.
Brandon and Koros, man.
Hey, I at least have fur.
Nadam, they gesture
Are
at
we
your
getting
cord.
naked? Really? Even if I wear it as a belt?
If you put it as a belt, they gesture at like the
They
cloak
point out
that
a
you're
sign,
forming with the
no
belt.
monk weapons.
They point their monk weapons aside. You tie it around as a belt, and they still gesture at the
Well,
cord.
we know these tricks.
Remember, fists are magical weapons.
If I gotta be naked, I'll be naked. Whatever.
They turn to Arena and they go to gesture at her teeth, and then they think better of it. And then they like.
That's right.
So they don't give them
So
robes?
Burnham,
They do give you.
Baron
They do.
Koro-
They gesture over to the next room, and in the next room there are robes on hooks for you to put
Oh.
on.
oh okay.
And they're very clearly plainer and very clearly different from their robes, but it's you've got those.
I think better when there's nothing between me and my books.
No, please.
Not a
That
fan.
says a lot.
And from there they let you in to the library.
Oh, I got a beach ball.
There we go.
I also have a beach ball. Jake, should we refresh?
Lincoln should refresh because the beach ball came from him.
Oh.
Lincoln, can you? Yep, there we go.
Beach ball. Somebody's got an over distraction here.
Beaching and balling.
There we go. No more beach ball.
Yay, good job.
Sometimes it
There you
double
go.
connects or something. I don't get it.
Have I brought
Oh,
the beach?
now I can't see.
Now I can't see two people.
Oh, okay. Now
I can see all of you.
I can't see Brando or Lincoln.
Can you hear them?
Everyone's disappearing!
I can hear him. That's fine.
All right, sorry. For what it's worth, the stream can see everybody. So,
Alright, cool then.
all right. So, they lead you in to the House of Knowledge, and it seems to have a similar layout to Ogma's House of Knowledge, but it also reminds you of the Ministry of what is it? Ministry, Monastery of Sacred Stone.
Mm.
I guess it reminds none of you of that except for
Yeah, I
maybe
don't-
Koros.
Yeah.
I don't know if Koros is ever there. It reminds you, the players, of that place.
It might have been. I forget.
Theo and Aridin, you guys come in a bit later. They gesture for your... They look at your clothes, and you've got your clothes, nothing on you, and the chicken and waffles, and they nod, and they let you in.
Oh, we get to bring our food in?
Yeah.
Nice.
He's got a bucket that is filled with chicken and waffles just in a bucket.
It's a bucket with a divider down the middle, left half chicken, right half waffles.
no,
You each
no
have...
divider, pure chaos.
I'm very impressed by
Syrup
the fact
on
that
top.
they rose.
What was that, Burnham?
Get your
I'm
hands.
impressed by the fact that they raised it out of the ground, but they could really try something other than right angles. It's just a lot of blocks.
You guys
The architect.
explore the House of Knowledge a bit. You see various tomes and scrolls and things. There's all sorts of sections until eventually you come across a room filled with monks transcribing things.
What are they transcribing?
All sorts of different scrolls. They'll have, one thing on the left and they're copying it down on the right. Making copies of things and things like that. And
Are they
here,
fast or
unlike the
slow?
monks in the front that were silent, these ones speak to each other in hushed whispers. They're a monk will come over and lean over to one of them and they'll talk momentarily and then he'll
Oh, okay.
go on to talk to another. Until you hear one of them is a bit louder than the rest. And he says, "But I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense." And you're like, "Brother, you have to. By copying the scrolls, their understanding will flow through you." Like, but that's not gonna get it. It doesn't make any sense.
It just makes me want to hit it.
Words don't match what the. It doesn't. Brother, please transcribe the scrolls. Transcendence will arrive upon you, and it hasn't yet.
Do I see this person?
Yes.
Is,
It's
Let me
Theo.
guess.
is it Theo?
It's Theo.
I grab our Theo and I point, and I'm like, there he is. Get him.
What does this guy look like?
He looks like you, but shaven head, clean shaven face,
No.
shaved
No.
head, clean shaven face, in monk robes.
No.
He's hideous.
Ugly.
And he's reading.
Except not,
He's
apparently.
casting a spell.
And I guess I never came through it, but Nadam, you're not stylishly dressed. You're in like really ugly business
yeah.
casual.
Oh, gross.
You've got the
Yeah, I wanna
like the
die.
short sleeve
That
business
is
shirt,
gross.
the white shirt.
And the
Is it?
slacks.
Am I dressed like Dwight?
Yes, you are absolutely dressed like Dwight.
Oh,
Wait.
I'm naked. I will not.
If he's dressed
continue.
like Dwight, does that mean I'm dressed like a vampire queen?
You're dressed like a vampire countess. Yeah.
Hell
But
yeah.
with armor.
Something
That's
is fine.
You're
Well,
looking very nice.
you know what I always say?
Stuffy.
Fashion first, so I don't think I can go through with this.
Go punch him in the face. Go punch yourself in the face, Theo.
He's casting a
It's
spell.
important. He's casting a spell.
I don't think.
Sick him.
All right, I
Take
don't.
that opportunity attack. He's casting a spell.
I'm just
I
gonna
could-
go try to read what that guy's writing.
You go
I
over
could
and you
try to-
sort of lean over, and he's transcribing a scroll, and you look, and it's nonsense. It makes no sense.
I turn back to the bitches, and I'm like, it's not a spell. It's just some gibberish.
And he
Just
turns
touch
and he looks
him,
at you, and he
we'll
says,
be here all day.
"Right? It's just a bunch of gibberish."
Right
Ooh,
on. High
Is that
five.
chicken and waffles? High five. Boom. Phew. Thunk. You are now bald and clean shaven, but
No.
you've still got a bucket of chicken and waffles.
Eridan's definitely the pretty
Congratulations, Aoden. For the first time, you are the more handsome eldest brother.
I think the most
you.
important question is,
I mean,
do you like drop your chicken and waffles and grab your head because you're so surprised?
Chicken and waffles scattered all over the floor, grabbing your head in surprise. Brother Theo, what? I never. There's some chaos in the library.
Dude, I'm having a howl moving castle moment of like, I cannot exist if I cannot be beautiful. Like, I'm just having a full meltdown.
Everyone remain calm. Routine transfer will be out of your hair. Theo, let's go. The scavenger hunt continues.
Can I like rip off a bottom section of my robe and then make it into like some kind of head covering?
a non-do-rag?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great. Done.
No. You can't.
All right. And from here, you guys cross the spire once more to the Ministry of Suffering.
Uh-oh. This is the one I
Well,
don't like the
now
look
I'm
of.
feeling left out. I mean, I got my chicken, though.
No.
At least I got my
Eridan,
chicken!
I think this is where you are. I think you're in here.
You just find yourself standing in a desert. And in the middle of the desert, after you walk for a bit of a ways, you see a framed door.
Wait, like
In the
it's
desert?
A door in the
A
in
door
nothing?
frame, a door, standing in the middle of nothing in the desert.
I was
Great.
hoping it.
You open the door, and inside, pitch black darkness.
Ooh.
Big
Fuck
fan.
my life.
Hold on. They teach you in school, don't step in portals you didn't open.
That's funny. They taught me the exact opposite. I'm gonna walk through the portal.
Koro steps
Go
into
for
the
it.
It's
into the
funny because he
blackness,
didn't go to school.
and you can see he's there. He's standing in the blackness. It's just
Cora steps into the black. We cross over. Cora's on Monday.
you're standing, Koros, in what appears to be some sort of abyss.
A metal hallway. There's a cow here.
Can I see inside this abyss?
All black in every direction.
So the sunlight from
I'll
the
follow
desert
him.
doesn't penetrate past the barrier.
Nope, you can see the door, and you can see out in the desert, and then everywhere else.
No
is
light
black.
coming through.
Can any of you, like, make light?
Yeah. I mean,
Why would you suggest that? That's a spell.
Because it's dark in there, and also I would accept a torch as well. Unless you're gonna call combustion a spell.
I think I'm just gonna start walking forwards.
Cool.
I want to go with him.
damn it, dropped down.
Everybody going in?
Hands out.
I don't want to go in.
Eridan!
Why would I go in there?
I'm gonna
There
grab
it
it
is.
and
Well, it's nice
Come
out
on.
here. It's sunny.
The scary
Theo,
vampire
get your
lady
brother.
pulls you in.
excuse me, the scary but very attractive vampire lady.
It's true.
I don't know why. I'm kind of okay with this.
You guys walk in. The door shuts behind you. It's pitch black, but you can see each other just fine.
If I feel backward, is the door there anymore?
No.
Shit.
Look what you've done.
Well,
Koros, you
Now we're
fucked it
trapped.
up.
Now we're gonna die
I-
again.
I think we're. You don't even know who you are.
And in the distance, you see in the blackness, with its own. There's no distinct source of light, but it's there. I'm sort of like like the Matrix when they call for the guns. Everything's white, but it's black. But all the stuff is still lit. You see like a small village with a few huts around a well.
Let's go ask him for some water.
Well,
And as you guys walk over there, and there's a few village people around.
Wait.
Yeah.
Could be a trap. I say we stay from a distance.
It's not a trap.
it's fun to stay at the.
Um,
You said they're village people.
No, man.
And as you try to talk to the people, they ignore you. You like, wave your hand in front of their face. You try and push them, and if you push them, they stumble a little, and then they just keep going, and then just ignore you.
I guess just start checking people one by one and see
God,
if one of them.
We're playing a dead MMO.
Can I? That
That's
is
Alex's
your
hell.
It is.
Can I
Looking for
look
more.
down the well?
You look down the well, and you see for a moment a woman who looks like she's drowned in the well.
Ugh.
And then there's like a... And everything sort of resets. The villagers are in different positions, and the well is empty. I mean, it's not empty, it's got water in it, but that woman is not there anymore. And you see a door opens, and you see that same woman step out. And you see in the distance, coming down off of this hill next to the village, you see someone running down. And he's like screaming, no, stop, don't! And she's walking over to the well, and
Someone grab her.
she goes,
Yeah.
and she goes to drop the bucket in it, and then something slips, and she
Who is
falls,
she?
and she's just someone. And
Oh,
this
she's some
person
lady?
running down the hill just stop, no! And she stops and just, what? And falls in.
Jump in.
Someone get it up. Get your
Get her,
rope.
grab her.
Get her.
If we
I
try to
don't have
touch
it.
the rope,
Oh, I
what
do
happens?
have it.
If you try and
You
touch the
record.
rope, it just slips in your hands. You can't interact with it. You see this person running down the hill as they get closer. It's Eridan. And Eridan, he grabs the rope and he says, grab onto the bucket! Grab on! And you see her flailing and reaching, and she can't grab it. It slips, and she's fallen, and she can't swim until she gets this big gulp of water and sings, pull her. And Eridan is his head just on the edge of the well, and whoosh, everything resets. You see...
Okay, next time that happens, just grab his arm.
This time, a different door opens and she steps out, and then another door opens and you see Eridan, and he runs over and he grabs her and he stops her and he says, "Don't go to the well. You're just gonna die again. Don't go." And she says, "But my father is sick. He needs water." They're like, "No, I'll find you other water. Look, there's a lake over this way." And she says, "Okay." And then he goes this way and he starts leading her off towards this lake that's just right behind this village. And he goes over there and he says, "Hold on, I need a bucket." And he turns and he goes to look for a bucket. And as he goes away, she walks over to the edge of the water, and just alligator, a crocodile, just goes out and grabs her. And he turns, no! And he runs over and he's trying to pull her out, and it's too late. She's gone. Everything resets.
Hardcore.
Oh, this sucks.
They don't call it the Ministry of Suffering for nothing.
You can go
all
stop
right.
it. All you have to do is touch him. Just like the rest of us.
Okay.
I'll try and help you. I'll try to distract him.
Okay.
I don't think it'll work, but I'll try.
I'll wait for him to show up again.
All right.
This time, a door opens. She steps out.
Here I go to get some water.
She steps out. She's walking towards the thing. He comes out from like over behind one of the houses in like the stable. You see him jumping over the fence, and he runs over and he
Tackle!
and you grab him.
Intercept!
Full tackle.
Eridan,
I
you have
knocked
your
the wind out
memories
of
back.
myself.
You know you have both memories of both of you. You're here. You still feel this overwhelming compulsion to save her.
Well, yeah.
You know that she's gonna die if you don't do anything.
Burnham, fill the well with dirt. She'll
I
just break her
can't
legs.
really,
She'll be fine.
I can't really just create dirt. I could create a pillar of
Do
stone.
something. Everybody help me stop her.
I'll
Pillar
try
of
to
stone?
tackle the lady.
I'll just
Yeah,
throw a
one after.
hypnotic pattern at her.
Reverse gravity. Wait.
No, that's not.
If I try to grab the lady, what happens?
When you grab her, like you can hold on for a second, and then she slips out of your grasp.
Weird. Okay, yeah. I don't think we can do anything.
Wait,
Brandon, try the stone. Try the stone.
She goes over to the well. She grabs the rope.
Can I just can I try to like interpose myself between the opening of the well?
And her?
Yeah.
You try and push her back, but like she's solidly in place.
Can I cast Hold Person?
You can expend a spell slot.
I will.
Thank you.
She's frozen in place momentarily.
Someone grab her,
we still
pull
can't
her away.
Touch her.
Can we pick her up and
try to
move her?
grab her?
She's very solidly in place.
Like if we try to pick her up, she weighs like a ton.
Yeah.
I put my hand on Eridan's shoulder and I say, Eridan, take it from someone who has people they failed to save. I don't think you can save everybody.
Try though.
Yeah,
You
you can always
I
try.
think you've been trying for a long time.
Have to. Water.
Let's go.
Let's go.
As you guys turn and walk away from the village, you see the door. And as you reach the door and you open it, and you see the desert and the spire beyond, you hear behind you, Hold Person wears off, and you hear her slip and fall and splash into the bottom of the well, and you hear her flailing and screaming again. As you step out of the door and shut it behind you, and everything's quiet, and you just hear the wind in the desert.
That was the last time. It's over.
And in front of you, you see the spire and Vizarin's castle.
Let's go get that son of a bitch.
I think we're going there.
Let's go kick his
Yeah,
ass.
fuck yeah.
Where's all my
I heard
stuff?
that. I'm ready to break something.
Fair enough. Why do you have that cool weapon? Why don't you give it to us?
Do you want to use it? I mean,
Yeah, but like,
I was
you don't
mostly
have-
mad at the building.
You were mad at a building. Does that seem productive, Burnham?
That
They
makes
just
sense.
dragged me everywhere. They
I
didn't
get what
tell
he's
me
saying.
anything. First there was Lady Viz, then I found
Wait,
others.
Lady
and
Viz?
There was the Tomb of Annihilation's easy. You guys are never mind. Bunch of complainers.
All right, wherever Baron was, he clearly lost a lot of his memories.
As you guys approach the spire, as you get near it this time, stairs, stone stairs, jut out the side of it and form a spiral around it, leading up to the castle. They
So
just
we
sort of
don't have
come
any of
out
our-
of the rock.
Our normal gear, though,
You
right?
do not. You have the gear that your other self had.
Okay, what's his normal
Chains.
sword do?
You don't have a sword. There you go.
Oh,
What does my
You've got
crappy
fangs
monk
and
have?
stuff. You've got a robe.
And ugliness, apparently. Okay.
Then you could have grabbed a bunch of swords just to hold on to when we were back at Strahd's. Pass
Irina
them out
has
to
a
the
sword.
fighters.
Yeah.
about
sword.
food.
Wait. Irina has a sword. Does evil Irina... not
She
evil.
doesn't.
Does vampire... No, you grabbed a sword to break the window.
Oh, you did.
I
You have that
did.
sword.
You did.
I'll give it to Eridan or Theo.
I was just gonna, yeah, give it to Aridin. It's fine.
Okay,
I was
there
gonna
it is.
ask if Irina. Okay, Vampire Irina seems like the kind of person that would have like evil daggers all over her armor.
She does.
I'm just
No.
saying.
This isn't her dagger armor. This isn't her dagger outfit.
This is her.
This
This
is
is
her
her
gay armor,
lounging around the throne room outfit.
Got
Daggers
it.
aren't comfortable lounging.
All right, well,
Great.
Aridin, I'll give you the sword that I have.
The
I appreciate it.
the stairs
I mean,
jut
you
out
got your teeth, right? You'll be okay with just those.
from the spire, and the Nagpas say, "Yes, yes, this is the way to the world egg. The world egg. Grandmother Crow is
How do they know
waiting.
about the world egg? I don't like them.
He
I look at them and say,
he's
"Have
to
you
bring
had
it to
any-"
Grandmother Crow."
Who?
They point at
Don't
you.
like that
Theo.
either.
Oh.
Great.
They seem like
Let's
helpful
go kick Wizard's teeth in.
avian friends right now. I don't know, like.
I'm really in line with this plan.
Yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
go full first 20 minutes of Endgame on him.
You
I did
guys,
say let's go get this son of a bitch.
you guys head up the spiral stairs, and you climb and climb and climb. The spire is very, very tall, but eventually, you make it to the top, and you find yourselves in.
You know
a-
who makes it to the top first? Everyone who didn't skip leg day. So just me and Aridin and Arena.
We've got a crazy pump right now. Everybody is stacked. Dummy thick right now.
You recognize this familiar courtyard in front of Vizarin's castle. You have been, at least Theo, Aridin, and Koros, you have been here before. At the end of season
Yep.
2.
Yep.
What season is this?
Princess of the Apocalypse.
No,
what
no, what
season are we
season
now?
is it right now?
5.
Oh, okay.
1 and 2 were Apocalypse, 3 was Barovia, 4 was Isari, 5 is Azemar.
Okay.
It's been a wild ride.
It's Lily Brain. Dude, anything could have happened, and I'd be
No,
like,
I was gonna say 4. I forgot that season 1 was 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I forgot that too.
As you guys approach the gates of the castle, the portcullis slides up and allows you to enter. And as you approach the castle itself, the doors open.
We're expected.
I'm gonna cast
Very
magic
good.
weapon.
He does
Oh, my sword.
own the entire area, so I would expect that he would expect us.
You don't have a spell focus.
Fuck.
You need a holy symbol to cast spells.
I bet Arena doesn't have one because she was the evil vampire queen. I mean, countess, sorry.
Teeth can be a holy symbol.
Yeah. Quick logistic
Wait, do I have
question.
a holy symbol? I was a monk.
Nope.
Okay.
Quick logistic
Okay.
question. If she has teeth, does she have the claw attack too?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Baron,
Does she have
can
all
you
the
carve a
vampire
little-
spawn stuff?
Pardon?
Does she have all the vampire spawn stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So wait, Aridin has a sword from Arena, right?
Yes.
And then Nadam has the tapestry
Yes.
I've got a rope.
tassel.
Yep.
Baron
has a war pick.
Fighting rope.
Koros has Eldritch Blast, which does not require material components.
And
Everything
Theo,
else I'm
you've
looking
got-
at does.
A robe and a bald head.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Baron if I can borrow the good weapon.
Absolutely. Take it.
You hand Theo the war pick. He takes it in his hand, and then you find it back on your back. Baron.
Ah,
How do you...
lame.
You want it?
All right, whatever.
No. Oh.
Bird
I don't think-
creatures. Come
I don't-
here a minute. So one of you give me a feather.
What? No.
I
Our
got a
feathers. Grandmother
Just one
Crow's
feather.
feathers.
Oh,
Just
shut
one
up, you
feather.
pluck the feather.
Dude, I bet
Thank
you
you.
took it from Jim because he wouldn't shut up.
Jim.
Alright. Now I can at least cast fly.
If sorry, how do spellcasting focuses work? If I just had Baron like carve me a little sun, could I use that?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
Let's
we're
go
good.
beat the crap out of
As
it.
you guys step into the
Word.
castle, you see to your right, where you recall Vizarin's study, there's a fire crackling and soft light coming from there. All the other corridors and hallways are dark.
Hello?
Yes, yes. Come in.
Well, that's not useful,
I will move
Vicar.
forward.
As you guys step into the study, you see Vizerin sitting in a chair in his study, just like the first time that you met him, with a book in one hand and a glass of liquor in the other that he sets down. He just finished taking a sip of. Except that he's ancient, beyond measure. Thick, but, well-kept, old, long beard. White hair, although he's drow, so. And he is old-looking. Very, very old-looking.
Like Father Time.
Like Father Time old-looking.
Father Time's dad.
How long has it
Grandfather time.
And he says, I've been expecting all of you for some time. And he sets his he folds his book shut. He says, I've been hoping to finish it. And he sets it down. And he grabs a cane and he stands up. And he's barely able to stand up. It takes a whole bunch of effort for him to get up and to lean on his cane. And he says, I have dinner waiting for us in the dining room, if you'll come with me. And he starts hobbling his way out of the study and down a hall towards the dining room.
I whisper to
May
Aridin.
I?
Now, don't you feel bad about spoiling your appetite with chicken and waffles?
I whisper to Aridin, and I'm gonna say, I hope the dinner's not as old as him.
Probably is.
Are we following him?
Or we're the dinner.
We might as well. Yeah. What else are we gonna do?
He wants
I
to
don't
do
know.
riddles before we kill him. That's fine.
I could stand Stash. Stash? Do I have my bag?
No, I
Nope.
don't think so.
Stash doesn't want to come out anyway.
Let's go eat dinner. I'm hungry.
You guys, he takes a while, so you have plenty of time to deliberate amongst yourselves, and by then you see that he's over in the dining room, and he sits in that first tall chair, and he gestures for you to sit on the rest of the chairs around the dining
All
room.
right, I'm gonna sit.
Are there
Not near him.
knives?
I'll sit right next to him with my sword on the table.
There are knives, yes, Nadam.
Good. Those are mine now.
Just walk every place you walk by, you just grab it.
As you sit around the table, some of you, on the left half of you, are reminded of the dinner you had with Strahd van Zarovich when he gave you that ultimatum. You see the
He's
same
gonna
face
ask for Arena.
staring at you, but it's different. And he says, "Please help yourselves."
Okay, but last time we did this with Strahd, if we ate something, we got all weird. So
That wasn't
right?
true.
No,
Nope.
That
Oh.
was the genie.
no, nothing happened.
That was the genie.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was if we looked at him.
Nope. There was nothing weird. Strahd didn't try anything
No,
on you.
remember when we looked at him? It was like blah 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 blah.
He did that once, but not at the dinner.
Oh right. Does the food look
I'll
gross?
eat.
Theo clearly well versed in the spellcraft now. It was all no.
Is the food gross?
No, the food's great.
Are the food? No, I'm saying does it look gross?
The food
And are the
looks.
plates dusty?
The plates are not dusty. The food does not look gross. Everything is clean and pristine and beautiful and wonderful.
Oh, all right.
Not
Like a
gonna touch
meal
it.
fit for a god.
I'm just
Are
gonna
there-
sit here and clean my
Are there
sword.
grapes?
There are indeed grapes.
Ophelia, no.
I think the play is to trust him.
And
I'm
he
gonna start
says,
eating.
I have ruled over this universe for millennia now. Yet I always knew it was coming to an end.
Wait,
He says,
what?
there are limits to the power of the World Egg. All the other powers in the realms, they opposed me. They sided with all of you, and they put an end date on my plans. I have grown old and content with what I've made, the legacy I've left behind. And I always knew these dark portents. Bernham, you would be the first. Grandmother Crow protected you with her creatures.
Didn't let you take me the same way, home.
And when I saw you in the orb at the Ministry of Beauty, I knew that the end had begun. Here's the arrangement that I have made with the powers that oppose me. I will send you back. Back to before I had the world egg. You will have a chance to make the world in your own image, if you so desire. Another attempt at retrieving the drop of the blood of creation that allowed me to create this universe. In exchange, one of you will remain here and rule over what I have created and preserve my legacy. This is the arrangement I've made with the powers that support you and oppose me. I've had a long run as god of this universe, and the sun is now setting on that era.
So we both of them will exist? The new world and this one?
There are many worlds. I always strived in my mortal life, and in my unlife, in my time as a lich, to take control of someone else's world, to make it mine. I understood when I had finally reached the world egg that someone else's world was not what I wanted, and I created my own. As you have seen, and as I had studied in my mortal life, there are many parallel planes, different pieces of the material, similar realities, different causalities. You saw it first in Reese and myself, different sides of the same coin. Versions of myself in different universes, different choices, different causalities. This world I have created will continue to exist, and I will fade into nothingness. I remain content in knowing that there are many more of me out there, just like there are many of all of you. And one of you will preserve this world that I've created.
What does that mean, preserve it?
You will take my place, and you can, of course, make changes as you see fit. There are, of course, rules and limits. The fundamental laws of the universe that I've made cannot be altered. But within that, there is much room. You will be
So one of us.
a god of sorts.
And that person will not return to the material plane.
Correct. This is the bargain I made those millennia ago.
And if we say no?
You do not have that choice. His fate has been
I think
foretold.
I think if we say no, then he just stays here and we'll lose.
Well, I don't like losing.
We.
I don't think we have much of a choice here.
Why do you even want this place preserved? If you've had your run, then put it back how it was. and
It's
leave.
my legacy, my life's work. A new universe that I created from nothing.
Why does it have to be left to one of us? Why not one of your other selves?
They
I'm
won't
sure
let
that's
you,
what he
will they?
wants, but
I thought it a poetic twist of fate.
Oh, good. Now he's a poet.
also I think that he can't
I didn't
remove
know.
the other Vizarins from their realms.
Must
Do we have
it
to
stay
decide
as
who
it is?
takes it?
Sorry, you guys
Sorry.
spoke at the same time. I didn't hear either question.
Go ahead, Madame.
Do we have to decide who takes it this moment? Or can we go save our world and then choose?
It's not as simple as that.
Irina, what was your question?
Must this world stay as it is? Can it be altered? Can we change it for the better?
As I said, there are some fundamental laws that cannot
And
be
what are
broken.
those?
The underlying
are?
structure. But the pieces can be moved around, changed. The bylaws, the rules on top of those axiomatic base can be tweaked and changed to fit your image.
Well,
What about all the other Vizarins?
No one else is volunteering. We need to get out of here. Suppose I've made bigger sacrifices before. Not exactly a lot for me back there.
Wait. I'm gonna pull Aridin aside and like go back to the study so we can chat, the two of us.
Okay.
Okay.
well, it
What do you
definitely
think?
can't be one of them.
No, they're the
I don't think
family.
it should be either of us. We have a lot waiting for us back home.
Let's pause.
Also,
Here we go.
shit.
Eldest Brothers. Talk away.
All right. I was just gonna say the same thing. I was like, it shouldn't be us because we just freaking became.
Well, we've got a lot of people that we're responsible for now.
Yeah, I feel like we
Not
just
just our
became,
family, but a kingdom that we need to rebuild.
Yeah. I feel like it could all kind of fall apart. But didn't it already? Like, if we go, is there a back to go to?
He said he'd
Yeah.
put you back right before he had taken the world egg.
Then yeah, I feel like we should go back. But
I agree.
I don't know who I would pick to stay.
I don't know. I think it's gonna have to be a volunteer thing.
All right.
All right.
So do you want to mute us and?
Maybe
Hey, everybody
Vizara
else, hold on a
takes
sec.
Blah, blah, blah.
We're gonna not Emerald. Wait, Koros, Irina, and wait, where's Nadam? There he is.
Oh, like Natum.
Oh,
There we go.
Now
Sorry.
I'm here.
Couldn't find the button.
Cool.
All right. Meanwhile, the Eldest Brothers get up and leave. What do you guys talk about?
We were
Karate.
talking about.
Not in
We
character.
were
listen.
talking about.
No, yeah, it's
Anything you said while you were muted is not canon.
I've built a town up from shambles. I
No, Baron,
don't
you
know.
can't
This
stay
doesn't
here.
seem quite the same.
Baron, you have people to take care of. You cannot stay here.
They take care of themselves, all right, but I'm not going to say I want to.
I can do it. The rest of you should go back.
Wait,
don't
what?
have anyone
No,
waiting for you
you
to
shut your mouth. You are not going anywhere near the creation of a brand new world in your image.
It's not a brand new world. It's 6,000 years old.
You'll let outside things leak into it from
I don't even know what
away.
that means.
And neither do I, and it frightens me.
Fair enough. All I have left that I want to do is get away from every crappy deal I've made in the material plane. There are 7 or 8 things there that want to kill me.
And
Go
they'll
back
find
and
their
close
way
the
back.
door.
They'll
I don't
find
mind.
their way back. It's
They probably
I
will
think he's
find
the
you,
only real
Koros.
choice.
Look, if I build
Why
this,
can't
I'll
I
make
be a
sure they
choice?
can't
I have
get
nothing
into
back
you.
there either.
If you want,
There's nothing for me there. The Barovians take care of themselves. I can do it just as well.
All right, the
Irina,
Eldris
you
brothers
have a-
return at this moment.
Irina, you have a family
Eldris
back
brothers,
there.
you walk back into the dining room at this point.
All right.
It can't be them. They've
I
got
point at our goat
strange
friend.
spirits.
Koros has volunteered.
Koros has volunteered and I've unvolunteered him. Irina has volunteered and makes much... I'm not letting Koros take this mantle.
Baron
Arena.
Koros would do a good job.
He would be okay. He's not evil.
He would take shortcuts.
look at it this way, Burnham. This
I
way I
can't
get to
do
make
anything.
all of the deals from the other side. I get to give out the power.
He's been training his whole life to take this deal.
Right, this is a promotion.
You're going to abuse
Also-
it. You're going to be the bad thing in the night that creates evil and madness in others. You're
I'm
going
gonna-
to
Of course, it's
figure
not.
out ways to boost your own power even as a creator of a damn place, and you'll make sure that they serve you. It will be disgusting, aberrant.
You lot will be going back and taking the world egg. There's no creative power left. It's just an old asshole sandbox.
I want to talk to Burnham and just say, shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Shit, hang on. I was going to say
Do you have
that,
any hair tonic?
dude, I actually thought about curing Koros and then making a wig, but I don't think we have time. So I'm not going to.
Amazing.
A goat wig. I was going to tell Burnham something and I can't remember what it was now.
I can't either.
If he wants to, okay, I'm gonna say like, Irina shouldn't stay behind. We need her. You saw how useful she was in that board game, and how we used all the army. Like, we still need
We
to
barely
rebuild.
use Korth's scrying ability.
She's
Yeah.
a great
Where's that
fighter,
back?
and she's a great. She may have been a great queen, but she's the only one out of all of us who truly has a good sense of giving people, building something for people where they actually get to choose for themselves. You're a great leader too, Theo, but
I
you
agree.
tell them what to do.
Koros,
You're very good at it.
I look at Koros and I say, you don't have anyone waiting for you back on the material plane. The
Well, it's
Elders
going to be
brothers
one
have
of the
their
two,
family.
isn't it? It's not any of us, apparently.
I have my family. Irina has hers. Burnham has the town
My
he
fam-
built. We
My
we all have.
family is-
You have your brother?
Ismark is still around with the Barovians.
Yes, they.
We all have unattended business.
The Barovians need you.
The Barovians have found a place of their own. We have settled them. I-
We've seen.
We need you.
Believe it or not, Koros, I do trust you.
I
Probably
trust
more than
Koros too.
anyone else in the party.
I have a question for Vizerin.
Aaron,
We've
you gotta
seen
do it.
copies of you administering this place. Is that one of these fundamental laws, or is that your quirk?
The leaders you find and create will be in my image, but they are not me.
Interesting.
You've met Reese, of course.
They're not him. That's true. That lady was strange.
He says, you can replace them with any sort of me you find in all the cosmos.
What an appealing prospect.
But this place was created in my literal image.
Nauseating. Still. Sounds like there's not that much change any of us can do anyway. Maybe it doesn't matter.
If there is one person in this ragtag little group that can take a plane of pure Vizerin and turn it into something better, it's Koros.
I think that is actually a point. I'm not sure that if I
Yeah.
can only replace or deal with him, I'm not sure I would be able to restrain myself from cutting all of their throats.
I think if somebody knows how to wheel and deal and find the loopholes in contracts, it's definitely Koros.
I agree. I think he'll do a good job.
He's going to weasel out of all of his in our plane. I'm sure that'll cause a little bit of problems. It's not like they're all going to just forget those strange beings.
There is that, yes. There is. I left 1 or 2 messes for you to clean up, for which I really do sincerely apologize.
I suppose we can handle it.
Some of that got out of hand.
I'm also gonna. Can I whisper something to Burnham?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Once we have the egg, we can try to fix this. So, just saying.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, just saying.
So it seems you are decided then.
I think we have.
Koros Ravenrock,
Sure.
welcome to godhood.
Sure.
Oh damn!
Ugh.
He gets 2 inches taller.
It's just the hooves; they grow.
Goat iconography everywhere.
He says, and with that I will keep my word. The rest of you, it was nice to see you one last time.
I bet it wasn't.
We're not friends.
And as he
This is
stands
not
up, this light begins
We're
to
not
swirl around the room through all of you, and they're whisked
Give Koros a
away.
hug.
Oh wait, I
Good luck, everyone.
Bye,
Bye,
Koros.
Koros. Bye.
Don't you dare let any of your place leak into ours!
Farewell, baked bean short rib. I'll miss you most of all.
I'm going to miss you, you furry bearded bastard!
Koros, in front of your eyes after they float away, you see Vizerin sort of collapse back into his chair, breathe this sigh of just tiredness and relief, and slump back. And Vizerin is dead.
I was going to ask you for any tips, but I guess I'll figure it out as I go.
As you sort
Get
of
one.
reach out
Hawaiian shirts for everyone.
for something on the table, it just floats up into your hand.
Well, that's a neat trick. How about food?
What kind of food are you looking for?
I don't know. I've
Chicken
never
wrap.
actually thought about what kind of food Koros likes.
Baked
No,
beans,
actually,
baked beans, and short
actually,
ribs.
first order of business. Koros is no longer a goat.
You are back to yourself, dressed in fine clothing. Your hair is all like nice now and not scraggly. You're well kempt.
Finally.
All right.
It only took 6 seasons. It's fine.
Finally. that was the real goal all along. All right.
Fashion first.
Next step is to find someone to do all this boring work for me. So I want to try to figure out how this conjuring Vizerins to administer business stuff works.
All right. What kind of person are you looking for?
I want a Castellan for the keep. 'Cause I'm not
There is
sure I
a
plan to hang
Vizerin
around.
looking Castellan for your keep.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Your job is to keep this place sort of tidy.
Good evening, Master.
Why they call it keep.
Of course, right away. And he begins to pick up the dirty plates from your...
We just made Koros
Good
an
guess.
ego.
And if anyone comes looking to me, I'm not here.
Of
Did
course,
he just
sir.
cast Summon Greater Administrator?
I feel like that's what happened.
It's a useful spell.
And Koros will see you in a little bit.
Sure.
The rest of the party, you're whisked away on a beam of light, and you find yourselves suddenly standing again in the broken city of Azai. Everything is black and white. Below you, the world egg is moving and pulsing in the center of the sphere. And you look across the way, and you just catch yourselves entering the spire from the other balcony that they're at.
We gotta fly. Somebody make me fly and let's go.
Oh, fly! I can do
all
that.
we
of
have-
us
Wait,
fly
give up a
and
fly.
just-
You are
You
yourselves.
can be birds,
You are
Theo.
not. You are not yourselves from Vizerin Land. You are yourselves from this universe, level 19, with all of
Yes,
your normal
my
shit.
beautiful beard, my amazing hair.
You
I
can
whip
just
a
be
fly real
birds.
Oh yeah, you can just be
Theo,
birds.
you can
that's
just be
Oh
birds.
shit! Oh yeah, I go be birds and I fly up to it.
I see now
Down
why
to
Jake
it,
was saying
but
all that
yes.
stuff.
Whatever, Maine.
Theo is birds and down and off and towards the world egg.
I can't fly, so
Fly
I've got
on
to
the
chase
roof of
us in. Oh, okay, we're gonna fly.
Yeah, we're gonna fly.
Burnham casts fly.
Yeah.
Let's
Everyone
fly
else
down
is
there.
flying after Theo. Theo, you are darting for that world egg with some speed. And you as a group of crows is going to get to it first. As you get near it, there's this searing heat and energy radiating off of it.
Can I like mentally reach out and be like, okay, I've got it. Can you like show up with a like reusable grocery bag or something to get this? Like, I've got it.
You hear the voice of the Nagpas just around you. Grab it, take it. You must grab it, reach it.
All right, I'll touch it with my wings.
All right.
100 crows land on the world egg. And it's painful. It burns you when you touch it, Theo.
Oh,
as
shit,
1,000
I
crows.
Don't tell me what hurts.
But everyone else, as you're flying down towards it, suddenly, whoosh, it vanishes. And it's dark in here. And you hear, through the hole in the throne room, Vizir and DeVir, what the hell?
Oh, I want to beat him
Dude,
up so
go
bad.
kick that dude's ass in.
Do you guys want to fly up through the throne room?
Did the birds vanish as
The
well?
birds vanished as well.
All right, yeah, let's just go kick his
Yeah,
teeth in.
Let's
There's
go
nothing
up
else
there
there.
and just beat the crap out of him.
Let's do it.
X gonna
No.
give it to you.
For the
Nice to see you
sake
again.
of time, we're not going to enter a combat right now, but you guys fly up there and you beat the shit out of Vizarin and his cronies.
I start by time stopping and then putting him in a cage, by the way, and then
Roll
let
it
everybody
D4.
else beat him just
For who
while I
gets the killing
jeer.
blow.
Yeah, you guys can have it this time. I'm just jeering. That's it.
I feel like Baranum is gonna like find like you know his phylacteries and then just like crunch them like candy. And be like,
Probably doesn't
Oh,
keep
what's
him
this?
alive.
That looks nice.
Theo,
yes.
you find yourself standing in a familiar dreamscape, holding the world egg in your hands.
Is it the house?
Lincoln, would you like to take it away?
Did you talk to him about this?
Sure.
Nope.
So, where
You were
is she?
saying. You were saying I
Where's
think
Theo?
we're in
Sorry, where's
She's
Theo?
she's in Grandmother Crowland.
Grandmother
Sorry.
Crow's
Okay.
cabin. I
That
thought you were
horrible
saying.
little cottage. You've now seen it
Yeah.
enough times that the glamour no longer works on you, and you see it for what it is: a fence made of femurs stuck into the ground and strung with sinew. A log cabin-like house that is rotting as if it's been soaking in water.
Oh, cool.
And that once wonderful smell of that beautiful magic stew is rancid and disgusting. But you've got the world egg, and there it is.
Well, first I'm gonna like hold on to it still, but like lean to the side to hurl, and then I'm just gonna dry heave for a while.
It does
And
not
then I'll go up
significantly
to her.
change the quality of the ground.
Sure doesn't. And then in the marshy land that I find myself in, and incredibly smelly, I will walk up to the house.
The door is not latched; it just lets you in.
Great, because I didn't want to touch it, so I'll go in.
Inside, it's dark except for a few candles that throw off way less light than they should, as if they're being smothered by darkness. And in the chair by the fire that seems to just be coals, is the sitting form of Grandmother Crow in a rocking chair. Child, you've done so well. Most mortals do so poorly.
Take it, and let me be free.
That's it? That's the best you can do? Take it. Oh, woe is me, it hurts. Did it hurt when you were razing cities, killing orcs left and right?
Sometimes, but
Did it hurt killing those poor, misguided cultists back in Redlark?
some of them were kind of evil. But yeah, I guess.
she sort of opens a shutter, and you look out at that little garden. Is not little anymore. It's huge, and it is filled with the half-buried bodies of all of the people you are personally responsible for killing.
Oh. Shit.
She says, just like I said, the little hero went out and made a river of blood trying to get this. And then she reaches out to take the world egg. Her horrible long fingers look like they'd be able to palm it like a basketball.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop her. I'm just gonna say, like, you know, I wish to be done with you.
No one's ever done with me, child.
This was our
Long
arrangement.
ago.
This is our arrangement.
She takes it, picks it up, holds it, and looks at it, sort of contemplating the crystal, and sort of laughs. And she says, you always think I mean it when I make deals with you. I'm waiting for someone to not believe me, but you're all so gullible. And she takes it, and she is sort of looking at it as if she's trying to decide what to do with it. She says, what do you think? Should I keep it? Wait for other mortals to come get it? Or should I break it now and unmake the universe? Get rid of all these horrible, pesky forms. Return it to darkness like it was.
Well, if you want to, like, destroy something, I know this guy. And he made all this really terrible stuff. It's not beautiful like your cottage.
Don't lie to me, child. It's unbecoming.
This other place definitely is. It's all run by Vizerin, and it's so gross.
She's familiar.
Like, I know. What is your point?
If I was gonna unmake some place, I would definitely unmake those places. They're
Not
lame.
some place, child. All the places.
Oh, I didn't know it was an all or nothing situation. Okay, shit. Sorry, Bobby and me are like.
Where's this supposed to go?
Yeah, Jake, where are we supposed to do?
You've given me power.
She takes the world egg, and she says, I think I'll just leave it here. And she just puts it up on a high shelf next to the jars of eyeballs and ears and things.
Probably like
That's what I
frog
was gonna
livers
do.
and shit.
Yep. I was just messaging you, but
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no
I have to
worries.
close that window because my computer's a piece of crap.
no worries.
Alright. Can I
Just
go
On
home
the
now?
shelf.
You can go home anytime you like. I don't know why you keep yourself here staring at this disgusting place.
Get some stew.
No.
Or have you not figured that out yet, little mortal?
Oh no, it's not where I would live. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll just try to leave then, Jake. I'm trying to leave.
And you're gone.
Can I go back to where I was?
You find yourself standing in the throne room in Azai, the chaos of a battle with Vizerin around you.
Oh shit, crap. Okay.
And you Warhammer up, and you're in the fight.
Sick.
You guys,
I want to be whip around the ankle of a flying Vizerin with the teeth of the snake whip in his ankle, and I'm just getting dragged around.
absolutely, totally chaotic,
Illusory dragon!
fantastic, amazing, chaotic fight.
Maybe.
At the end of which, you have defeated Vizerin and his cronies.
In this plane.
In this plane. You know that this Vizerin is a lich, and he can come right back with his phylacteries, and so you know this probably isn't the last you've seen of this Vizerin for now.
Oh, it's okay.
But you have stopped him from getting the world egg. The other selves, timeline-wise, vanish still, because this is a closed loop. It's just a little different and weird for no reason. And with that, as you guys leave the broken city of Azai, and you tell Zavrin...
We still defeated Dendar, right? Like, he's dead.
Dendar's dead. Vizarin's
Sick.
dead. The broken city is very nearly saved. Zavrin is unsure how to separate it from the Shadowfell. And so he tells you that he's going to spend, as much as he can, his research on figuring out how to un-Shadowfell this city.
Mm-hmm.
And so that he can drop the protective barriers around it. Until then, these mages will remain around the clock to keep what's trapped within this bit of the Shadowfell here. You all return to West Azemar, to Uranabor now, and go about your respective lives. Let's talk epilogue.
Okay.
Theo, you marry Esmeralda, and Eridan is your officiant.
Yay!
You get +2 AC for a
He
week.
cries the whole time.
Great! That's awesome.
Uh,
And she's cool, so I'm glad that worked out.
Yeah. You put your dad in charge of all the guild artisans, the masons, smiths, etc. Viewers, I'm not just making this up. We had conversations with all of the players, and we came up with some fun stuff. You put your mom in charge of a council of elders.
She's pretty smart.
This group of elders is going to approve all of the building plans for the rebuilding of Uranabor and the building of Galandor.
Cool.
Woo!
You decide, with Eridan together, you guys decide to delegate power out to smaller families with land grants. And a representative from each family comes for a biannual council. And these sort of nobles pay for public works, aqueducts, roads, etc., for their area. They're not just like, it's just like like serfs in a fiefdom. Like they are responsible for all of the public works in their area. They're a little more like governors.
Like baby.
Nadam, everybody needs a vacation. So
Oh, God.
you get
Do
some
I need a
vacation for a little while. You do, however, you get calls every now and then from dragons looking for your help in strange quests here and there. They've heard of you. You're the one who was there when they were freed and who rode the backs of one of the dragons.
Is Nadam in charge of dragon relations for the Azemaran Empire?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I
Good.
definitely put them all on my calendar.
Never say no to a dragon.
They get the out of office reply.
Yep.
But I'm very interested. I'm very, very interested.
You stick around for some time as a political advisor for Theo and Eridan in Uranabor until you feel that they've got things under control and have got some trustworthy people around. And then you are able to return to the dragon tribes, finally able to have proven yourself.
I miss my family.
Absolutely. Irina!
We've never met in game.
Irina, you go off and you are, you become a monster hunter, a vampire hunter.
Ooh.
You travel around
Good
for
choice.
some time, doing cool, what does it say? Yeah, doing cool stuff like that. You have a short fling with Salvador Ceniza. He travels with you for some time.
Girl!
That dude was slick.
That
I remember that guy.
begins to fall apart when you visit Theo and Eridan again, and you have some long talks with Eridan. You catch up, and he decides to start coming with you on some of these vampire hunting missions. In secret, of course. He's a head of state, of course. There's gotta
Yes,
be careful with these
disguised.
sorts of things. And over that next period of time, the two of you grow feelings for each other.
Nadam has that problem where his crushes start dating. Such a pain.
And yeah, you guys can finish those thoughts if you like. I don't want to.
I mean, it'll be a while.
Yeah.
Both got a
Yeah.
lot going on.
Takes time. We got some vampires to get
I'll-
to
I'll
get
cover
things done.
I'll cover for you when you're gone and be like, yeah, Eridan's really sick. Can't come to the meeting today, so Amos, you have to do the minutes. So.
And so you guys have this long secret relationship for quite some time. While you go vampire hunt off together and other things.
That's pretty romantic.
Right?
And terrifying. Feels like a Bond movie.
Burnham, you've got Iron Fang.
And you can't get rid of it, apparently.
Every time you try to separate yourself from it, it comes back.
Yeah, I got that. I figure I tried a bunch of times with magical means and put it in extra dimensional spaces and stuff like that, and nothing works.
It always comes back.
Yeah.
You return to Weather Willow, and...
Ooh, I stopped to get some of the cool rocks, though, if I can. From Sem.
Oh, yeah. But after some time in Weather Willow, your penchant for destruction that comes with Iron Fang leads to some strange things in that town, and I think those will be followed up with later. Another time. Koros, you take control of this plane, and you are able to mold it in your image. Not your literal image, unfortunately.
Still in Vizard's image.
Still in Vizard's image. But you're able to mold it into a plane of your own, and you are able to find ways to reach out to other planes and become a patron. And you start collecting a few warlocks of your own. Those of you around
cool.
do hear things about a Raven Rock cult.
That's dope.
Wow.
I'm so proud.
That's good shit.
I like to meet those guys and then act in on it.
And that's...
I heard you really like snakes.
That's what I've got written down. If there's anything anyone else wants to add in these last couple minutes, we've got this. But first, let me talk about what's coming next. First off, thank you, viewers, for these 2 years and 9 months. This is the most awesome campaign. This is the best campaign I've ever had the privilege of DMing. I'm super excited we were able to come to a close here. But it's not entirely over. There's going to be a campaign
After credit
2.
scene?
Bum bum bum.
A sequel.
We've got some things in the works. There will be another campaign. It will take place in Azemar in the future. That's all I'm going to say for now. In the meantime, what we're going to have over the next couple weeks, we're going to have a couple breaks here and there. We're going to have some fun epilogue sessions. And I am not going to be your DM. You all are going to be the DMs. We're going to work together. We're going to come up with some bits and pieces. We're going to run some level 20. That's right, level 20
Nice.
epilogue sessions. We'll work together, come up with some fun stuff. Each of you will get to DM your own, session of your creation, and we'll sort of fill in the gaps between this campaign and whatever comes next.
19 is right out.
I feel like Burnham's epilogue wants to just be to break Koros's plane.
We've got all sorts of fun stuff to explore, so...
You joke, but I've already
Is
been
this the
thinking
part
of
where
it.
they show a teaser for next season? And then when next season comes around, the actor that played that character is different?
Well, it's not next season. There is no next season of Princes. This is
Sorry,
the
the
end
next-
of Princes.
Yes.
It'll be a new show. It'll be a brand new thing. With that, I want to give you all the chance to say anything or to add anything that you'd like right now, knowing that there'll be the opportunity to add more later.
Just glad that now everyone has heard of the Eldridge Brothers.
Yeah. Exactly.
Everyone has heard of the Eldris Brothers.
Yeah. Tell your friends, but you won't need to, because everybody's heard of
The
them.
name Eldris is actually banned in my world. That's the only rule.
Get out.
Everything else is actually, it's really free form, live your shit.
If
No
we
one
ever
can
come
even
there
say
again,
the word Eldris.
I'm just gonna bring branded shit that just says Elders all over it. Yeah, we're gonna be like Merch City up in your his A, okay?
Yeah, can
An
we
entire
visit
shipment
Koros's
of
world?
Eldris stamps.
It is possible to visit Koros's world with plane shift, but it is not just regular plane shift. It's a little more complicated.
Okay, cool.
Leak.
What if my girlfriend could do it? I was gonna say, I bet my girlfriend could, or my wife. I bet my wife could do it.
Maybe.
Kids can do it.
Girl! Don't. That's too cray.
Anyone else have anything they'd like to say?
I am definitely going to be Dragon Batman.
That was really fun.
All right.
Great.
With that,
Yeah.
I'm going to thank you, viewers, again. This has been fantastic. This has been like the highlight of my week for the last 3 years. I'm super excited and really happy. Thank you so much. Please do, comment on the video, message the page, give us your feedback. My players, I would like your Rosethorn Bud for this session. Thing you liked, thing you didn't like. I don't know, the thing you're looking forward to. We can have some ideas for your epilogue sessions. And then I would love to see your Rosethorn Bud for the entire campaign.
Okay.
And with that, we'll see you all another time.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
Jake.
guys.
Thanks, Jake.
Bye.
Thank you.
Jake. Yeah.
This was amazing.
We owed
Really?
now.
Bye, everybody.
We king, dude.